Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another exciting episode of Hollywood After Dark. Today is, of course, July 22nd, 2022, Day 2, Comic-Con, San Diego, Marvel Animation Panel. A whole bunch of more news to cover tonight, folks. Why don't we not waste any more time and dive right in to the motherfucking action? Hollywood After Dark, folks. Let's fucking go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome to the party. Welcome to the show. I am sorry I am late tonight. I wanted to be a bit more professional, I think, tonight. I wanted to actually have a presentation of all the information that I could get my hands on. And, of course, when it comes to getting all these screenshots that come in from various sources, it took me a little bit longer than I thought, but thank you guys for your patience. As always, I really appreciate it. Tonight is going to be a fun show. A lot of stuff going on with the San Diego Comic-Con, not just Marvel news. We've got some trailers to look at. We got a lot of stuff to discuss. Kicking off with me tonight, joining me is my friend, your friend, you know him, you love him, Caden. What up, buddy? Everybody. How you doing?
Good. This even though like I legit so I was up. And then I was like, I'm going to take a nap for an hour real quick before the animated panel starts. I missed it. I slept in for another 2 hours. So.
That's okay. I took a 2-hour nap this afternoon between like 5 and 7 p.m. And so I'm awake, and then I'm like, I'll be up in the morning, you know, and I'll be able to go and I'm going to stream the panel, you know, for everything, just to make sure. But before we dive in, I forgot to remove that slide. Podio commentary, that is coming back. I'm going to do something with Podio commentary, probably more of just like a longer form discussion versus like what I was doing, because that was a lot of work. But, you know, watching movies, talking about them is still something I want to do, but it's more of like a movie club sort of thing. I'm still working on it. It's still there. YouTube.com/Podio commentary. As always, if you guys want to support the show, Patreon.com, Matt Jarbo, best way to do that. It bypasses YouTube and that 30% that they charge for super chats and channel memberships. And now super thanks, which, by the way, shout out to Goober316, who is a channel member who was my very first super thanks. He took my super thanks virginity last night or the other night. So thank you very much for that. My butthole still reeling, but man, it was good. Anyway, I've had caffeine and it's late. It's all fine. But yeah, patreon.com/Matt Jarbo, or you guys can become a premium member here on the channel, the channel membership. If you know, whatever you want to do, however you want to support, best way to do that. And then of course you guys can follow me on Twitter or at Instagram or on TikTok, where, again, nowadays, even Instagram has basically just come out and basically said, we're now TikTok. They put out a new update today that more or less is just like, yeah, we're TikTok now. But their algorithm is shit, and over on TikTok Instagram you get a lot of better stuff.
Downfalls when they introduce stories.
Yeah. Well, I hate stories. I hate
I like them, but then it's just, but I'm just like, but like after that, I don't think they understood how to really function a post with videos and photos, and then an additional thing with stories where you can just post a temporary post, and like, it's weird.
For me, it's weird because I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm like
also has stories. So it's just like,
so on my true crime account, right, I had access to stories for maybe like an hour, and then they removed access. So I literally have no idea what happened on that one. I have literally no idea, but I also never use them, so I don't care. I mean, I might use it to like put up like a post or something, but it's other than that, like, I don't even think I maybe like YouTube has them now as well, which makes like no sense at all to me why YouTube has stories, unless it is for me to quickly promote something that will be gone in 24 hours, but that's why you have a community tab. And, you know, and that's like, again, it's all of these ideas. It's like, let's all try to make it bigger than it needs to be. Whereas it's like, no, if you just, if you focus down on what it is, and that's honestly what TikTok has done. They've done it well. If you focus down on what it is, short form content, and then you just support that short form content, people will flock to it because it's like they don't have to worry. Do I have shorts and text posts and images, and like I have to start managing stuff. You keep it simple, and that's it. And that's what they've done. But anyway, I'm over there. I like TikTok a lot for movie content. I'm trying to get into doing it faster, but I also post it here to YouTube, and I'm going to be posting a lot more as time goes on that one.
It's just that rant is basically saying Instagram shit.
Yeah. Thank you. You know, I'll tell you this. So 4 years ago, I went to VidCon and I paid for their their business class, right? Their $650 ticket to go to all the panels and like learn all the ins and outs of everything. Then I go there and I go to the IGTV. This is right when they were launching Instagram TV. And they had just launched it like the day before or something. And the guy who was running the show literally said in the room, he goes, the future. Oh no, he's like, the future of video is vertical. Right. And like everyone in that room snickered. They're just like, whatever, dude, the future of, okay, wait, whatever, man, whatever. Right. Here it is 4 years later. And it's all vertical on your phone. And that's where it's at with that stuff. It's all vertical with that shit. And so now that's the funniest thing for me is the whole notion of like, it's all vertical on your phone. And yet he was kind of right, but IGTV was so terrible that they just died. So we got, anyway, I know you guys do not give a fuck about social media conversations. You guys want the movie news. I did put out the invite for more people here real quick. So we'll see if they pop on in. I got a bunch of text DMs. Hey, can I come in? All right, here you go. And then like Caden's the only one. I think because everyone's over on Max's channel. They're still trying to finish it up, over there because Max fell asleep for a while. Let's see. H Bars here says nothing much, just sitting around with the time I got off. Well, sir, you could be physically getting off if you tried hard enough.
That's what he was trying to say.
Right. Too. Yeah. Like, I mean, you're a 22-year-old. You got your birthday party coming up in a couple of days, man. So there's that.
Is it Sunday?
Sunday. Yeah, it is on Sunday. Yeah, we care about birthdays here at Hollywood After Dark. Dat Dude Vince here says, I'm trying to get better as a YouTuber, so I care. Hey, man, listen, I follow you on Instagram, and right. And Vince buys a lot of movies. He was kind of showing off his Prime Day collection, what he got from Prime Day. And made me jealous that I have like a family to feed, or else I would have bought a fuckload more stuff. Oh. But no, like you could review that stuff and people will take a look for that. So, that's all you got to do is just keep trying and everything else. Generation Selfie says, what's wrong with Skywalker, the Jedi's head? You know what, man? Some people just have,
bad foreheads.
Yeah. It is. I mean, like, have you ever seen a hairless cat? That's kind of what his head looks like. I mean, and I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm just trying to give you a visual of it. And it's like, you know what? Maybe he can't grow hair. The guy doesn't look bad. He doesn't look bad at all. But it's like, that's the thing. And there was, by the way, a little, I don't know if I should bring this up. I don't know if I should be a dick about this or not. I kind of feel like I should a little bit. Right. I kind of feel like I should just because for the people who watch the show, for the people who hang out here, and they know what we do here. They know the kind of stuff that we say. There's one thing I do kind of want to touch upon right quick. And that is, there was an incident that happened today on social media, where our old good buddy, the newly minted author Zod writer has exited the platform. Right. And I thought that was really kind of interesting because, just the other day he was posting this, right? He says, let me make this as simple as possible for people to understand. Since Warner Brothers leaked Zack Snyder's Justice League through Tom and Jerry, Zack is leaking his return through Tom and Jerry is poetry, reels over feels. So this guy, he is out there. He's promoting the concept, promoting the idea that we're going to have Zack Snyder popping up tomorrow morning, Hall H, right? A lot of guys think tomorrow morning, Hall H, Zack is going to be coming out.
Yep.
Talking about Justice League 2, maybe Man of Steel 2. We don't know. I've noticed the goalpost has moved a little bit on that conversation. I've noticed it's moved a little bit on that conversation. But the thing to remember here is that you've got this, right? Okay, fine, cool. And then, he goes on to say to further taunt those who are naysayers. Caden, like you and me, we're naysayers, right? Because we're realists, but we're naysayers. We're the enemy. We're the others.
Right.
It says here, many have forgotten about the surprise magic that is known as Hall H. The amount of stupid rash videos and posts being done on Jim Lee allegedly confirming no Snyderverse is pathetic. That's not what he said. Delete your accounts. Right. So he's demanding things now, right? The writer, the author, the newly minted man who's going to tell us the full story of the Snyderverse.
He's now telling people to delete their accounts. So then, if we delete our accounts, would you not be able to tell the full story?
Yeah.
The full true story of how Zaddy saved the fandom and how you found your father.
That's the point, Rand. But I think, you know what? We might have teased him a little bit too far, to be fair. I will fully admit we might have teased him a little bit too much.
Pushed a little too far.
Maybe a little bit too hard. And I'll admit it's supposed to be friendly ribbing to an extent, but maybe because to quote a show I'm not a big fan of, a few moments later, he comes out this morning and says, after 2 panic attacks in one night and consistent character assassination attempts, I've decided to leave Twitter. I wish you all the best. To those who know me, know how to reach me. Mental health is most important and the value of AFSP National is endless. Goodbye. Okay, so here's the thing. Am I going to give this dude a little bit of crap for all the shit that he's talking and then running off of social media? The answer to that is yes, 100% I am. Because if you know anything about Zod Rider, he will talk a shitload of trash about you. He's character assassinated me, attempted to a couple of times. He's run multiple live streams about me and other people. He has said very disgusting things about certain people and their beliefs, all in the echo chamber. And then he gets a little bit of pushback, and he runs and he hides. So, that was kind of the whole thing. Now Spherical Man here does say that Zod was able to see where all of this was going. And here's the thing. You're probably right. Probably right. So, because today we got a little bit more information on that front, Caden. We got a little bit more information, stuff to look forward, to give us an idea for everything. And so there was an interview with Yame Colette Serra, who is the director of Black Adam, and talking about the supposed appearance of Shazam and Superman in Black Adam. It says here, our movie is an original story. By the time the movie ends, he doesn't know who Shazam or Superman is. Now, that's not to say that there's not a cameo, right?
I was questioning that too, and I was like, does he mean separated from, like Black Adam separated? I don't know. I'm very confused by this quote. Like, very confused.
Yeah, it's what I think by this is
the thing is like because we all seen Shazam and like Wizard Shazam dies, and that's kind of like what most likely awakens Black Adam from his slumber, because once the wizard dies, the magic dies too, at least the spells that they cast, except for Shazam, obviously.
They're obviously going to have to tie it in. They're going to tie it into Shazam, obviously. But again, I think whatever they do with it, it should be a fun movie to watch. I'm looking forward to the new trailer we get in the morning. However, and this is something, guys, I don't know how lucky I've been this last week. I've been getting exclusivos sent my way. People have been listening. Hollywood After Dark is growing in immense popularity. So much so that I had to create the whole new channel, youtube.com/Hollywood After Dark. That is where you go to get the archives of the episodes. But I was given something, Caden. I was given a preview of what to expect from tomorrow's San Diego Comic-Con Black Adam Hall H appearance. What they were going to be giving away to the fans. I know what they're going to be giving away to the 6,500 people in attendance. All right, and it's amazing because it's not going to be a pro Black Adam. This is pro Black Adam, but it's going to be not for the movie, but for what's coming afterward. They want you to be hyped now. And do you know what that is?
What is it?
It's this image right here. Look at this. The Rock, Black Adam, Superman together. This is the promotional image that is being given to everyone at Hall H tomorrow. This is what's going to be provided.
Is it the sequel to Black Adam, but then the before Black Adam 2. So it's
Yeah.
like wow. So
Yeah,
they're
it's
I
they're good.
based off of this image, I think I know what Black Adam 2 is going to be.
Yeah, well, it's produced by a whole
Superman
new
and Black
company.
Adam have a bad breakup, and if it's fight.
Well, yeah, what I think is going to happen though is like it's going to be called Man of Steel Blacked Adam, right? And so it's just going to be like a really interesting erotic look into the life of newly single Clark Kent as he discovers that he's really a power bottom to the magic that comes out of Black Adam. Now, what I'm surprised at, what I'm really, I mean, and I tell you this, I'm completely amazed by this. Brazzers is producing the movie. Who knew?
So interesting.
I mean, we know that in regards to pornography, they are massively, wildly popular, hugely influential, now clearly wanting to migrate over into feature films. And we all know Warner Brothers at this moment in time is currently in need of funding because they're hurting after that merger. So here comes Brazzers with the DC Brazzers original. That's right, Spherical Man
takes over DC.
That's right. Yeah, think about it. Think about all of your favorite DC characters literally coming together. Right? Literally coming together on the big screen. It's going to be nothing but money shot after money shot. They're going to create the whole new. Remember back when they tried doing like the special kind of theaters that had like the smellorama? Yeah, they had like the really interactive experience. That's what this is going to be. Oh, 40. So we're going to be talking. There's going to be mist. You're going to be spritzed with liquid. You don't quite know what it is, but it's going to have a very kind of weird sea-esque aroma to it, or ocean-esque aroma. You know, you're going to be in the mix. You're just going to hear all the fights, all the kapows and the oomph and right? You're going to hear all of that in pure 4D, realistic sound. It's going to be the most immersive fucking movie of all time. And that, of course, is coming to you. DC Brazzers original content. San Diego Comic-Con 2022 exclusive here, Hollywood After Dark. I really hope you guys go check this out.
Very interested to see where this goes.
Yeah, HeroGasm ain't got nothing on this.
Yeah.
All right, they saw what Kripke did and they want to beat it.
It's going to be way, way bigger and way better.
Yeah, there you go. That's it, folks. So, and then speaking of Henry Cavill, because, you know, he's not done yet, right? He's not done yet. We found out this today as well, that Chad Stahelski is saying that he's been trying to get the Highlander film starring Henry Cavill off the ground, but assures fans that it's still happening. So that's cool. I want to see what they're going to be doing with this, right? I want to see how they're going to be playing this up.
Yeah.
And you have to love that hard left turn, right? It's just like right into.
I know.
Right back into movie news. It's how we do it here on the show.
I'm
but
sure people who are watching on the replay are like, "What the heck?"
It's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful, man. Anyway, and I am excited to see whatever they might be doing with Highlander. I think Chad Stahelski is a fine director, and I actually like him better than David Leitch, to be fair. I do. Now, that being said, I do really want to see Bullet Train. I think that's going to be awesome.
Oh,
but but watching this is going to be, I think, going to be really funny too, to see what they do with this one, because but at the same time, here's my worry is like, how do you replace Clancy Brown as the Kurgan? Right? Like you can't replace Clancy Brown as the Kurgan. And I don't know how they're going to do it. But we'll have to, we'll just have to wait and see how they pull this one off. Nihilus here says, "Oh shit, that means it's dead in the water." It's not dead in the water, but COVID set a lot of stuff back.
It did.
And there's a lot of uncertainty in regards to like where these shows and properties might end up, whether they're going to be theatrical, whether they're going to be streaming. I have a feeling that like Netflix might want to work with Chad to do Highlander, because that would be keeping Henry Cavill in the fold with Enola Holmes and The Witcher and this. That would probably be something else. But, we're going to ask Anthony Beltre is here. Anthony, what do you think? You think we're going to get Highlander starring Henry Cavill? Oh, he's fucking muted, I guess, or whatever the fuck.
Oh, you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
After you finish with The Witcher, that's my guess.
Maybe. I mean, like I could see that. I could see that being a thing. I think The Witcher is gonna last for a while. To be honest with you, I do. I think The Witcher is gonna last for a
how
while.
I was talking about how like Kevin Smith and stuff. Mark Brendan was asked to be part of season 3, and then he declined because there was another offer that he knew the cast and crew more and better for that one. He hasn't said what the other one is yet. So, but that was a little something that he said about season 3.
I mean, I'm just looking. I'm hoping it comes by the end of the year. I know they're still filming it.
I'm sure it will.
I'm sure it will because they have to get these things out faster. They have to.
Filming like May, right?
April. They started filming it back in either March or April. But it's like
something like that.
But the thing is, though, that's what Netflix has to do. It's like I understand that COVID set a lot of stuff back, but they've got to start getting on these shows faster. Like it doesn't. I understand the concept of like let the creatives create, and if they need to take time, let them take time. But what you're talking about here is like the audience has a level of they'll forget. It's not like not to say that they can't get brought back into it. Stranger Things, clearly 3 years in between seasons prove that. But I think one of the weirder elements of it though is like it's still like kind of it didn't help raise subscriptions, right? It didn't bolster subscriptions. We learned that they actually dropped off.
Didn't they lose
another 974,000 subscriptions? Yeah. After this last quarter. So they're kind of hurting, you know. And then did you guys see today that Blockbuster put out a tweet that they're back?
Yeah, I did see that. I was very confused by that.
I have no idea what that means, and I'm like, well, you know, I live only about 5 hours away from the last Blockbuster, and I want to go down and check it out. Like I will have to rent a car to do it.
Yeah.
Just because I don't like it's not that I couldn't take my car, but it's mostly that whole notion of like, I'd rather not take my car if I don't have to, just in case, you know, but renting a car would be fine. And then I just really want to go down and, see exactly what's going to be,
back in one way though.
I mean, I know they used, the Blockbuster for the new Blockbuster show that's like The Office. The park. It starts running the park, and I think it's for Netflix, which is interesting.
Is it? I haven't. Is that in the taking place? That's with the last Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So we got also joining us now is RJ and Max. What's up, guys?
Hello. Hey, that's gonna be really hard once he's Superman again. But I want to see it.
Yeah, you totally missed. You totally missed this. You know, we were talking about the DC Brazzers universe.
I gotta tell you, that gets me excited. I want to see that too.
What?
I love how many people were like, "Oh, you got me with this one." I got a lot of angry messages over it. Some people are going like, "Are you trolling?" or like, are you trolling?" or "What are you doing?" Like, yeah, clearly Brazzers is. Jay Sanzi's like, "Stop it. It's really bad. Stop it."
Why? Those are two manly men. If you're into that, that's really sexy.
I mean, just imagine like those testicles smacking together like the Liberty Bells, right? Bong, bong. Everyone's going to be finishing. It's going to be insane. But yeah, that's what's going on with the Highlander. Obviously, they still want to work on it, so that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to see whatever they can do with that. Then we got this panel today showing off that the Riddler Year One comic being written by Paul Dano. That will be coming.
He's writing his own.
Yeah, he's writing the comic. They worked on this idea with Matt Reeves before the Batman released, so he's going to be the one writing it.
So, and I'm okay. So, I mean, I could talk. I'm happy about that 100%. Sorry, I just saw your DM on your private message, RJ. So, that's pretty fucking funny.
Is that really a surprise though? Like,
no, it's not a surprise at all. But like, is it like, if they're talking about us right now, I don't want to like break the, you know, we could check in for a few minutes. Yeah. We could, well, I'm in a you know, I have a thing, but like, here, let's.
I don't care. You guys can bash each other. I just don't care anymore.
You're like, fuck it, I don't give a shit.
Right. I threw my hands up months ago. I'm like,
well, I got messages like over an hour ago that they were still, doing their thing, but apparently now it's like their theme right now is Zactivation time? Question mark.
I want to get Zactivated.
Go to Blazer.
You want to get zacked off?
Yeah, if that means the Snyderverse is returning or Henry Cavill, absolutely.
All right, here we'll take a look for a few.
Oh, okay,
let's hear it.
Okay, so
I could head over there.
The Rock is talking.
Oh.
Blah blah blah. Rock great. Blah blah blah.
Here we go, guys.
Curtains open up, and this is Zach and Henry there, right? And he turns around, raises his eyebrows.
They do sound like they're getting excited about it.
What are you all gonna do?
I had a question.
Where's the rest of your league? You can't take me.
And they go, mental health
Rock.
Well, he quit Twitter.
Right behind you, and the Rock turns around. There's Stone Cold, gives him the stutter. Bam!
No,
takes him out.
I told him to enjoy
Undertaker comes in,
more, not take
tombstones
things seriously. I called Zod today. He's still my friend. You're
That's
all my
what
friends.
I want to see happen. But honestly, I think I'm going with Zod now after hearing that.
Remember, folks, restore the Snyderverse.
I think we are
the true story of how Zaddy saved a fandom and I found a father. Zod Rider coming 2022.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I don't think we're ready. I think it's going to be nuclear. I think for all the letdowns from like fandom, hearing about Our Man and
Everyone's
Wonder
my
Twins.
friend H. Parts.
Zaslav's not playing games. I don't think
he wants, like Sill's been saying.
Well, see, this is where
every time I hear Zaslav's name.
All right, what, Max?
I mean, this is where it's fun. You could see them before. You could do a before and after. You could. I actually, that's my idea. It's my friends, but I should. Oh, they're really laying on thick if it doesn't happen.
You disrespected Warner Brothers.
What the fuck?
You disrespected Batman and Superman.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
You're gonna have to die.
You don't do shock and awe.
I'm so sorry.
God looks uncomfortable on that one.
And then he just before he'd be eating a lemon and oranges or whatever it was, and then die. This little
No.
What is this, man? Like, yeah.
If you really wanted to have some fun, and these are my friends, you would record this and then say 1 moment later, if nothing happens, and then get to the next day after nothing happens. Even though I want it to happen. But they are laying it on so thick. They are getting their expectations up so high. Slow down, everyone. And these are people I like. Everyone says shit on the internet. But I'm like, man, are they laying it on thick? Like, they are so sure. I'm like, I would not be doing this. I'm excited about the possibilities, but I would not be laying it on this thick and playing the fiddle. And
I want to see. Yeah, this is cope, by the way.
Thick.
This is cope. This is just setting themselves up for disappointment in the morning.
I know.
This is like the guys that are hanging out like before D-Day, and they're like, "We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. We're good," And then just the next day, like half of them are gone, and they're like, "Well, that sucked."
This is gonna be crushing if it doesn't happen.
I'm hopeful, Max. I'm hopeful for tomorrow.
You're my friend too. You're all my friends.
Let's keep going though.
Bros.
What are the comments saying?
Fucking Godfather, he's fucking murdered the clown table, yeah? You fucking wait who's next. You know what I mean?
He's having a good time with drinks on Friday night.
He's having
I'm not knocking him.
Time.
I'm not knocking him for drinking, dude. That's fun. That's actually a fun thing right there. Like, that's not like you can tell he's having a good time. That's good.
Oh, look, Paul, that's ridiculous to pray to God. This is the opposite side. Halogen helix. I pray to God every day. The illusion is smashed, and I don't have to hear about it ever again. You guys love talking about it too. Don't lie, Paul. Don't lie. You all love talking about it.
Rational here says they're going to go.
This is entertainment.
Well, it is. Rational says here they're going to goalpost tomorrow when Zach doesn't appear. They're going to say Zach will be at fandom. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But in that they're going to they're going to move away from there.
Hey, I'm going to be celebrating if it happens, and
No, look, I told my girlfriend, I said I'm streaming in the morning. I'm doing it at 10 a.m. We'll do the show.
I'm going live. My live stream is going to be. I'm not ending this stream till the Snyderverse is restored.
Yeah, he literally says he's going to go live until the morning, and he won't end it unless they announce the Snyderverse restored that day.
Oh, okay. Well, have fun with that. I'm just going to go for an hour and some change and look to see what's going on, and then have the discussion at that point. But yeah, you want to go all day, you go all day. Let's see. Paul here says
after this stream, I'm just never sleeping. I'm like, I'm going to go on sleep strike until it's restored as well.
There you go. Halogen here says this movement has made me hate Snyder. I mean, I have definitely soured on Zach a little bit based upon the revelations from this past week. But that being said,
his new logo's fire.
It's nice. It's not as good as my logo because it's not funny. But there you go. But all right, let's listen for like another minute or so. Then we'll get back into the news.
How you doing?
Oh my god.
No, that's right. Yeah, it's watching Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and Zack Snyder Justice League. Yeah, then watches the other DCU shit. Yeah, it's like, look how they massacred my boy.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Look how they massacred my boy. My boy.
What the fuck?
That's what they saw. I mean, that's what they were saying when they saw fucking Justice League. Yo, go ahead though, Necron.
I lost my train of thought. It's back. It's back. It's gonna be badass. It's shock and all pending.
So you gave us the rundown, Necron, of what you kind of hope would happen. Your hope was what's going to happen. You said you had an expectation of
if you watched Skywalker's shit from the other night, I was so pumped when Zack Snyder put that out because it's coming back. Zack and Paul H. That's your confirmation. It's back, dude. I mean, how dumb can you be if you don't think it's coming?
This is what he thinks is a confirmation, by the way.
There's definitely importance to what he's putting out there, and I agree with everything you and Zod were saying for sure, man. I wonder how much you're going to give us, and it is a big event. Do you think they would fire out more information coming up on Warner Brothers Discovery, DC Fandom, or something like that? Do you think they follow up right away with that, or DC Fandom pops up?
I think there's so much shit that's going on behind the scenes, and when we finally hear it, minds are going to be blown.
Okay. Apparently, hold on. Apparently, they're going off on Max now.
What? I don't hear it.
Come back for like 10 seconds, like 10, 20 seconds.
Oh my god.
They brought
It's going to be exciting. I can't wait.
I'm
so excited.
Hold on. There we go. Hold on here.
I will be back. I just was taking a bit of a mental break from it.
For sure.
All. As far as
Savage is drunk as fuck.
all that stuff happens. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Gonna clap some beta cheeks.
Yeah, man.
What?
Y'all won't. Y'all won't. See, I just lost my train of thought for Austin. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god! But yeah, nah. That's all good.
They didn't say anything bad about me.
It is you, young Skywalker, who is wrong about a great many things.
Hey, look. Y'all killing me, man.
Max, the party is here, bro. It is.
It is. And hey, this is where the party gonna always be at. You know.
Yeah. This is Gangsterville, and we're the welcome wagon.
What?
Walk away.
Like what?
Yo, Savage is on one tonight.
Sorry.
I'm too drunk to taste this chicken.
Chicken. That wasn't chicken. That was the other white meat.
What is happening?
I don't know.
They're smoking and drinking.
Over there fucking drinking mead. You know what I'm saying?
No, seriously, no, I'm not.
Bloody Guinness.
Messing with you.
Bloody
I'm seriously
Guinness.
down for this. Yeah, fucking drinking game. You know.
What drinking game? That's my question. What drinking game?
No shots. You know
What we should have is
Shots.
we should have a World Warrior Snyder Cut drinking session. Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fiona from China. Yeah, we've got fucking all the Americans. We've got Britain. Yeah, we've got Brazil. We've got Mexico. Yeah, we'll all have a drinking session. See who fucking passes out first. Hadouken!
I bet it would be you, Savage Bat.
Probably. He's probably all right.
Loaded tonight.
Did we? I want to just get ahead here. What did they talk about, Max? There
tomorrow.
India. Sorry,
hasn't commented on it ever since, right? Which is extremely uncharacteristic. Usually, he will comment once or twice on, and he hasn't commented.
India.
I think the fact I think the fact that Zach just kind of put that post out and he hasn't commented on it ever since, right? Which is extremely uncharacteristic. Usually, he will comment once or twice on people's fucking their comments, and so
he's not doing it this time because he gave you all the information. He gave it to you. What else? What more is there for him to say?
Right? Yeah. It's
in all age.
Right? Yeah.
All right, I this is boring as fuck at this point. Like, what the ever?
What the hell just
I had
happened
some
now?
fun, but there,
That is that. Look, whatever that is, that's just a bunch of drunk guys going
they
like.
timed me out. They timed me out.
Yeah, RJ, you can't actually talk with them.
Oh wait! They got to my comment. I said if it happens, I'm going to come on your stream and say Mikey was right.
All right.
My comment, I deleted it.
Suspense, dude.
Yeah, definitely. His most ambitious project. I will say that as well. But going back into tomorrow, man. Yeah.
All right.
I'm just really expecting to get the Henry Cavill, Zach announcement. And anything beyond that, I feel like is just the cherry on top for me. But that will end up being all that I really need anyway. Because once Henry Cavill's back, we already know who Superman that is, right? And we know what universe he is the Superman of. So I'm not really tripping. And if we get that 1-2 punch with him and Zach being back, that means that everything is pretty much restored. So I am much looking forward to tomorrow morning. The panel starts at 10:15.
I lost my balls in RJ
a.m. Pacific time, I believe, and it should run for about an hour. So I'm pretty sure that there's going to be streams going all day tomorrow.
I look like really mad that I said hi.
I will be trying to hop on some. Maybe I might have to stream here. You never know, but we will definitely be going into that. So I'm about to wrap this up.
All right. So we know what their expectations are. They think that on the panel, yes,
will walk out.
Yeah, they think that at some point that if it doesn't, that's their expectation is so fucking high that I'm really worried. This is me being 100% honest.
I think you almost.
I feel sad. I'm feeling sad for Zod. I will poke at him. But like you can tell, like just listening to him, he's all like, he's I think at the end of his rope. To be fair, I really do. I think he needs to get the fuck off YouTube. If you're gonna get the fuck off Twitter, get the fuck off YouTube. Don't go hang out in your echo chamber and set the expectations.
He needs to get away from those people.
No, they're enablers, is what they are.
They're enabling bad behavior from Zod. 100%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they are 100%.
Well, you know what? Zod's a good dude. He changed his channel, focus of his channel to video games and stuff, and now he wants to do this book, which I support him. But that's going to get him right back into it. So I support you, Zod. Though I don't want to.
Yeah.
If that's really what you want to do, go and do it. But it's going to get you all wrapped up in it again, because if it happens, that would be great. If he writes the book,
I'm just saying, like, we're either gonna witness like epic meltdowns tomorrow morning of like magnitudes.
Either way, the internet is gonna be ablaze with people laughing at Snyder fans, or or the opposite, and you're gonna hear so much the Snyderverse restored, even if it's just Cavill. Oh my goodness! It's gonna be a crazy day.
Even if Cavill comes out tomorrow, does not mean Zach is back. I don't know.
I know.
Well, they're going to move the goalpost, though.
Yeah, and again, that becomes the question of if let's say Henry does get brought back, which would be great, and if Zach is not there, then is it Henry from Zach's movies? Is it Justice League Henry?
Oh my dear Lord!
And here's the thing with that would probably be accurate, is that it would be Justice League Superman. Because if it's not Black Suit Superman,
Justice League is still Zach's stuff.
No, it's not, dude. Are you kidding?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Stop. I want you. No. I want you to right now go on Twitter and say Justice League is Zack Snyder's movie. I want you to go on Twitter and say that.
I didn't say that exactly. It's still his work. It's still his storyline. It's just.
Is it though? It's kind of different.
It's different, bro.
So if it continues either way, it's still.
Oh my God! Please, someone clip that.
It still has the foundations of the Snyderverse, even in Justice League.
Oh, that's a take.
Yeah, see, look, Paul agrees with me. It's the same story. It's just Paul might disagree that I think Zack Snyder's Justice League is far superior, but it ultimately starts and ends in the very similar place with more nuance to certain characters like Cyborg.
How?
And Cyborg's father unfortunately passes in the Snyder cut, but you don't even know about that in the other one, or he is in the other one. He just doesn't die. So there's differences there, but you could really continue. It was nice knowing you. Thank you, Jason.
He says you are alone there. It was nice knowing you.
Like everyone wants to have all these internet battles, but if you really do you realize how ridiculous you guys sound? No, that's a different version of Superman.
It is a different version of Superman. Are you kidding me? What I'm talking about here is
continuing the storyline from the other Man of Steel and stuff. So it's still in a way.
Snyder fans won't feel the same way about that.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. Try getting the fan base. Try telling those guys, Skywalker, just go like, what if it's Justice League Superman, right?
Yep.
Like that. Are you telling me people are going to accept that? That doesn't matter, dude.
No, Max. I'm glad you think you feel that.
Unless you're gonna have the Superman with a weird mustache.
You're right. We should be happy if Cavill comes back, even if it is a continuation of Justice League.
Right. And
the sad thing is, a majority of the Snyder fans won't feel that way. They're gonna be like, "Well, it's not the continuation of Justice League."
The Snyderverse continuing is subjective of how it's gonna be. Like, in what way? There's still gonna be continuation in some manner, even without Zach. I can, Paul. I can.
Yeah, but dude, the people that we encounter, the people like that guy the other day who was sending me death threats over shit I said on Twitter, those are the people who do not understand nuance and or sarcasm and or satire.
If we get some type of continuation and we got these people getting toxic saying this isn't what I expect, I'm gonna tell them to shut the fuck up. I'm like,
you should already tell them to shut the fuck up, but but again, like I'm saying, it's like, look, Henry coming back would fucking blow everybody's minds. Okay, would like, oh my God, Henry's back, yeah, Superman,
bodily fluids would go everywhere.
Exactly, it would just be a cum fest. Yeah. But if they go but if it's like him in the red suit, that's Justice League, and that is what is going to piss off the hardcore fans that are going to lose their shit over it. And I think we all know, like we all can tell that would happen. Right? Like they'll try to justify it in their minds. Like, no. They're going to restore it. But as we've already kind of said, and I stand by this. The Rock is the blueprint. They have given The Rock what appears to be a fair amount of control. Are they going to give him control over their top tier flagship character? Probably not. But it's a possibility that if Black Adam is successful enough, then it's going to end up pulling in enough money to warrant bringing in Superman for something that's more substantial. But you can't sit there and say that Superman is languishing at the studio after having not had a solo movie in 9 years, and then put him up as like a sidekick character in Shazam 2. Like, it's just not, that's not the same Superman. It's just a different Superman. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that to an extent where I want to see Henry come back, but like, it's not going to be seen as the same thing.
Speaking of Hall H, though, pull up my screen real quick. This is from Assad. I really don't care. I'm not going to say his name. He's the head of Disney marketing.
Oh yeah.
Tweeting the night before. Look at those lines, man. The lines.
That ain't shit. That right there, that ain't shit. That's the fuck, dude. Come on, man. That ain't nothing. He says the night before. Go to the end of the line. Let me. Okay, hold on here. Let me explain why.
I'm just saying, like, people are already lined up.
So. Oh no, they've been lined up since fucking Wednesday, dude. Like,
how many people does Hall H fit?
This is why I don't even think I would like it. I would rather just watch here and relax instead of
you're saying it'd be too much of a pain to get in there?
No, I'm just like,
I could tell you how to get in there, but you're not gonna like it. You probably would. There's an easy way to do it, quote unquote easy way to do it. It just requires you to kind of lie. And you know,
are you suggesting acting like you're handicapped or something?
I'm not suggesting you act like you're handicapped. I mean, everybody has disabilities. Some are visible, some aren't. Americans with Disabilities Association does not allow for anyone to ask you what your disability is or to prove you have a disability. All it requires is that you say that you have one.
Have you done this before? Have you done this before, Matt? Where like you got the umbrella and the chairs and all that?
Don't admit anything. They're watching.
Have I? I have never taken the sticker myself, but I was a handler. I was a helper for a friend. So
tomorrow's gonna be a big day.
Yeah, I mean that's the kind. Like I don't really people. Yeah, it's
how big.
All right, hold on here. Let me. Okay, tomorrow's it's gonna be a big day. Here, I'll show you guys this. All right. So
I was just wondering how many people Hall H fits because I thought it was like 10,000, 12,000.
No, what? No, what? 60, dude. It's like 6,500 people.
Oh, 6,000.
6,500 people, roughly. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not 10,000. No, it's not that much. Okay, so this is downtown San Diego, right? So Petco Park here. You see this parking lot like over here, like to like 12th and Imperial right here. This parking lot right now should probably be a fairground, like Ferris wheels and a bunch of other shit. So what you've got is this is what you're looking at, Matt, or with that picture of the sale of the tents. Right?
Oh, okay, that's where they're lined up for Hall H.
So right here, this first one. So if I don't know if you guys can see my cursor or not, but you see all these.
Cursor, yeah.
Okay, so all these lines are covered. They're all covered in tents, right? They covered up to about right up here. So then you cross this lot right here, or this crosswalk right here, and then you follow it down. So you follow it all the way down Park Boulevard, you loop it around, you go all the way to Convention Way, around, all this over here is so like this.
6,000 people lined up that way.
So people will line up this way, okay? And then sometimes it will, and I did this in 2016, it went all the way past Joe's Crab Shack, right? All the way down. So this parking lot right here, okay, is usually empty. People turned it into Tent fucking City. The last time. So they stacked up in here in this parking lot that was not a line because they don't actually ever dictate the lines past right here. Everything
else like a raffle, like where you like a raffle.
Well, what they do, what they do is they give you wristbands if you're there the night before. So they will.
But isn't like a huge line just to get the wristbands?
Yes, because you wait in line to get the wristbands. So what you're doing is you're waiting here on this area. And they'll walk it down over here. And then like right here in the Bayfront Park, you'll have like other different events. And like, I think like Adult Swim usually takes this area right here with like a whole bunch, like a little carnival type thing and whatever. And then you follow it down the Embarcadero.
Then I IMDb boat as well over there.
The IMDb boat, that's Kevin Smith is at. You see a bunch of these yachts and stuff, right? So it will come all the way down over here, and it will loop around this way and go all the way down. This is where the symphony thing is right here, waterfront. But this is where I went to that Star Wars concert in 2015. But it will loop all the way around, come all the way back up Marina Parkway, continue all the way down the Embarcadero. And I've seen it go as far down, not as far down as Seaport right here, but I'd say probably about the San Diego yacht. These guys right here is about how far down that will go. Now, keep in mind, that's from here all the way over to like this Roy's right here.
Here's what I don't get though. Instead of lining up 6,000 people that way, why don't they just raffle out Hall H passes when you buy your Comic-Con tickets? Just
because
like get in.
Because there's like 120,000 people buy tickets. And never mind, that's people who buy tickets. Never mind.
Why the hell don't they expand Hall H into like a stadium or something? Like go to like the park, like that baseball stadium across the street.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's a couple things with that. So back in 2007, by the way, they had just built Petco Park a couple years prior. The DVD for 300 was coming out. So they actually screened the movie in Petco Park for free for fans. Zach was there for that, by the way. As for Hall H over here,
you got an autograph?
No, he wasn't there giving autographs, but I'm not too sure. So Hall H is really just kind of like this section right here. It's like this back section right here, right? Like, or maybe it's really not like, because the hall is really big. And then I wish I could probably see it, but anyway, they wanted to expand it. They were supposed to expand outward, right? Out into the bay. They were going to expand outward, add an additional 200,000 square feet of space for the convention center, specifically for downtown San Diego, or for Comic-Con, pretty much, right? The problem, though, is it went to the city council, and one of the idiots in the city council, and I should point this out, San Diego City Council is so corrupt, in my opinion. They've actually had council members indicted for backing up mob-run strip clubs that were running guns from Mexico into the club. I mean, like automatic weaponry, right? I'm not even making that up. By the way, that was like the best strip club in town because it was very hands-on for cheap. It was great. A place called it was Pacers? No. It was called Cheetahs. That's what it was. San Diego is such a fun place. Anyway, but they were going to build it outward. And what happened with that was the councilman that fucked the whole deal up decided that he wanted to literally add a new stadium for the San Diego Chargers, because the San Diego Chargers wanted to be like Petco Park. That was for the Padres. They wanted their own new stadium downtown. And because that was such a dumb thing to ask for, because here's the thing with the Chargers in San Diego, many times the city bought all of the empty seats for Charger games, for home games. If people weren't going to see the Chargers, the city would foot the bill to keep the Chargers there. And when the city finally stopped doing that, and they said no to getting their own stadium downtown, even though the city offered them a bigger space down by like I think Otay Mesa, which is down by the border, they left and went to LA a couple of years ago, right? But anyway, so yeah, it ended up killing the expansion, and it hasn't come back up since then. But they do have, but what they have done is you have the Hilton here, right? This Hilton right here, the Bayfront. This has a lot of different halls in it, right? Different meeting rooms and everything else. So you can go to this. You've got the Marriott that's right here. A lot of stuff in the Marriott. Then you come over here to, what is it? The Hilton, or is it the Manchester is right there. Oh, they changed it. That was the, what's it called? The Hyatt. It was the Hyatt. Now I guess it's the Manchester. Oh no, Hyatt. There he is. And they have a whole bunch of stuff here in the Hyatt. Like I actually walked all the way down here just to play like Xbox games a couple of years ago, because like they were on like the 13th floor or 12th floor or something like that. Xbox had rented out a room. So it really does take up, it goes from like Bayfront all the way down over here. Never mind all around just the downtown area of San Diego gets completely taken up by everything. It's pretty crazy shit. Like I know I'm going off on shit people don't fucking care about, but like saying if you ever want to go to Comic-Con, there's a lot to know about it. It's massive. But that's for Hall H though. What they should do is have a spillover room where they stream it. But the problem with that is that they don't want to like showcase the footage that might, you know, the early footage. But they should just fucking get over that shit anyway, because it's gonna get out. So that's my take on that one. All right, hold on here. Rational for $5 says, do you know anyone that sneaked into Comic-Con or Hall H without a badge? Yes. Yes, I do.
Did they get found out?
Too.
No, because okay, no. Nowadays they'll get you. Like you can get caught. What it is though is you've got what is it? They have RFID chips in the badges, right? So you have to scan it in and scan it out on your way. You have to scan it so they know that you've exited, and so you're not giving it out to other people. But there's still ways around that. Like you could have a person exit and then like swipe it out, you know, like. And because they don't really, the elite doesn't really care. There are people who get badges and then like will sell them on Craigslist for like $1,000. There are people who will, again, like, you know, you can do the ADA thing. Like I said, people have done. There are ways to like, mostly you just have to hand off a badge to somebody else. You know, that's really about it. But they're making it harder to sneak in. The RFID does help, but people sneak in all the time. I mean, security is only going to do as much, you know, as they used to do and everything. So
get over here. Shut up.
But that's a fair amount of it. And then let's see, Rodney here for $2. Thanks, buddy. Says move Comic-Con to Vegas 2 times the space of San Diego.
Yes, please. I would love that.
Here's the thing with that. That's been talked about, or LA's been talked about. The LA Convention Center is bigger than San Diego. The thing is, though, I've been to Vegas. I've been to LA Convention Center a lot.
The thing about the LA Convention Center area is that you have the Staples Center there. You have LA Live there, so you have different venues that you can use there.
Yeah, like, I mean, I went to and you've got the across the street LA Live. I saw Video Games Live there a number of years ago, which was awesome. Like, you know, for whatever fault Tommy Talrico might have at the Amico, Video Games Live is fucking lit.
Oh yeah, I was really when I thought it was going to come out, I was really looking forward to also, since covering the Amico and speaking with him, I was looking forward to going. He said he was going to give me a backstage pass and everything. You know, that would have been awesome.
I'm sure he'll get back to do it again. I'm pretty positive.
I mean, but I'm not going to get a backstage pass now.
Probably not. Probably not. Caden, what is it that you have brought up here?
Oh, it's BD showing also the line, and he has like an actual video of it.
Okay.
Hold on, let me.
Yeah. So.
What if those are Snyder fans?
Okay, go full screen with that. Yeah, that's all right.
That's a lot of people.
That's okay. That's walking down the pathway across the street. I want to see where it's at. If it's past Joe's Crab Shack, everyone is fucked.
Honestly, more power to these people. This is just, I hate waiting in lines like that.
Dude, that's
I would rather just to react online.
Well, see, here's the thing. Right now, so one of my good friends is in line right now, right? She comes down from Vegas. She crashes out for 4 or 5 days. She sleeps in this line, right? Yeah. They all sleep in the line. If I was there, if I wanted in, if I had my wristband or whatever, I would just go, hey, I'll bring you a burrito in the morning. And then she'd hold my spot, you know? So it's like, the thing is, if you are a Comic-Con veteran, if you are a San Diegan who knows Comic-Con, and you go to you know every trick, you know so many people that are there, and it's a real tight knit thing, because a lot of San Diegans are, again, people like to bash on California. San Diego is the shit. I just can't.
So they all wait, and some of them might not make it in even.
Yeah, I've been in that position before as well, where I've waited for waited. But what happened was
the whole day at Comic-Con.
Well, you waste the whole night at Comic-Con waiting in line and shit. What happens though is, to kind of just bring it back up again. What happens is when you get down to, all right, let me just double check this here. I think it's right about here. No, it's here. This is the 600 is a bathroom. That's a bathroom right there, right? So you'll get the line right here. You have to understand, before Saturday, right? The line will be for, like, if you're going on Thursday, it will be for Friday and for Saturday. There will be 2 different lines. People will be lining up for Saturday on Wednesday. They will be lining up to get on in. But right about here, always about this bathroom area right here. See if there's even, Oh, cool. There is. Bring this up.
RJ, are you streaming in the morning? What are you doing? Or when are you streaming tomorrow about it?
I'm covering the Marvel Studios panel.
Okay.
That'll be at 6:45 or 7.
Okay.
6:45 p.m. Central, I think. So,
Yeah.
I had to check. But
I'll be working tomorrow night, but I'm definitely doing the DC.
But
panel.
Matt, you're streaming tomorrow morning, correct?
Yeah, I'm doing the morning one. So
okay, so I will try and be there if you want. So
yeah, oh no, I totally.
There's a really good live blog I used today covering the animation panel that Donovan sent me. It's a great live blog. It's an awesome one. I think you'd really like
send that to me too, because I never even heard about those before.
Yeah. So real quick though, this is usually like this whole green lot right here. This is where like Adult Swim and a few other places have like a bunch of shit. But again, like look, this is
right now that Deadpool is having a chimichanga truck
probably. But just like look at this view. Like look at this view. Can I be honest with
you guys? I was joking before, but I'm like getting like I'm getting too hyped that I might not be able to sleep.
I mean that's play video games,
so
man.
You can't sleep
because I'm like I know it might not happen, but I'm like it's in my head.
It's in my head. Man. You gotta calm yourself.
No, I know. I got to get some rest, and I'm like, should I try to sleep? Should I get up early, or like I don't want to? I'm getting
burrito.
It really means that much to me. It really does. I'm like, there's a lot of when the originals. It really is still like being alive when the original Star Wars came out. Like for me, I love it, and I'm just. I don't
here. Well, let me just finish this part of it up.
Don't mock me too much if it doesn't happen.
I'm not going to mock you. You at least are honest about your expectations. Those guys are dicks. But right here for the Hall H line, it will splinter. So sometimes the line will come all the way down this way right here, and then it will splinter and it will go this way, right? It will go back up this way. Sometimes you have Comic-Con volunteers that are about right here, but they don't know what the fuck is going on, and they're not ever actually watching the end of the line. So then you got to keep going. Right? Keep going down over here. You're just walking, right? You're walking like, okay, cool. Again, it's really, what the fuck? Okay, load up, you son of a bitch. I don't know why it's not loading, but what the fuck? Did I cut out?
Is this GTA?
Did I froze for a second. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So this is the parking lot that back in like 2016, this is what they, people camped out here for days. They just turned this into a fucking campground, right? And the thing was, it was completely unauthorized. It wasn't permitted by the convention to have people line up there. And so apparently Comic-Con knew nothing about it. So you had to come over here, and then it was like, oh, okay, let's just go this way. And then so it was lined up all the way down here past the parking lot and stuff. And you get over and you can see like people like where the sidewalk loops around and everything, right? And looped all the way around, and it kept going all the way over around and everything else. And people are just doing this for days. They're just lined up over here for fucking days, hoping to get on in. Like that's how crazy it is to try to get into Hall H. That is what they've turned it into. It's a spectacle. It's insane. I mean, like it's again, Marvel at the end of the day, you know what that means? People don't leave. Right? Like Marvel at the end of the day means that people just simply won't leave. They'll just go in there.
So they don't kick you out of Hall H. You can stay there the whole day.
Good luck trying to get everybody to leave, man. That'd be a fucking nightmare. You know? It'd be an absolute nightmare.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask though. Like, what if someone's like a piss break or something?
There's like a bathroom in there. There's a bathroom in there.
There's a bathroom in Hall H.
Oh yeah. And it
so you don't have to leave to do anything.
No, and there's actually a little food stand outside too. So they cordoned off this like area because where there's actually like snacks and everything else. You can.
So basically, like you got food and you got the ability to piss and shit, so you're good.
Yeah, you're good. But the bathrooms, oh my god. Holy
I wouldn't leave.
You don't leave. You don't leave. You just wait there all day. But I mean, like
because you're there for every single panel though.
You get in there. They let you in about an hour ahead of time. Right. So they'll let people in tomorrow morning, probably about 9 a.m. They'll start letting people in. They wait until, 10:15 is the first panel. That's DC. And then after that, it's like you have about maybe 15 minutes in between panels. And then the bathrooms are full. Right. And then people run out to go get snacks and shit. And you're just kind of there and you're just waiting and waiting and waiting all day. Some people will get a particular. Well, you actually can leave, and they'll hold your spot. So what happens is like if you want to leave during a panel, like let's say there's one you don't care about, you can go to the exit and you go, look, I just need to go. I'll come right back. They'll give you a ticket, but that ticket has a timestamp on it. And if you're not back by the end of the panel, they're not going to let you back in. So they're not going to let you back in if you screw up on that time. So a lot of people will just leave, and they'll like, if they're not planning on coming back, they'll just give that ticket to a friend of theirs, and that friend can just use that ticket to go right back in. Or they run out, they buy something they want, they come back, and then they can do it as many times as they want. You know, it's so they work with you, but yeah, you're kind of trapped in there as the day goes. I think honestly, I feel like Max would probably would have a lot of fun there. I think he would.
Yeah, would you
want to camp out, Max, and like just sit there in Hall H and watch the panels and eat food?
That's what my wife likes cons more than I do. I like cosplaying, I like that, but it's just a lot of walk, and I like walking around. It's just, especially.
Well, I heard a couple people.
I used to collect Funko Pops. I think if I did that still, if I was still a collector, but it's also like if I went now, I wouldn't really buy anything, and then I'd be waiting in lines a lot. And most of the stuff I could find out online.
Well, here's the thing: if you wanted to buy some
good food, relax with my pets, my dogs, and chill.
Here's the thing, Max. If you want to go to the Funko booth and buy something, you have to get there at 5 o'clock in the morning and get a ticket to be able to get in line to go buy something from Funko.
I used to buy the upcharge.
Why would you want to go to Comic-Con when all it seems like is a bunch of like standing in
exclusives?
Line?
Exclusives. It's exclusive.
No, that's how I make my money. I only used to.
There's no spontaneity with it.
There's no trust.
Collection was only exclusives mostly.
But you see what I mean? Like it seems like it's like more of a chore, not fun.
But I didn't wait in line. I used to buy them online for people, and I used to pay the upcharge. I'm like, well, if I flew to San Diego,
hold on here.
My tickets.
Yeah, hold on. Shang-Chi here says, is Hall H line that big? And 2010 was the last time I went, and it was an hour. Dude, I was in 2010 as well. What time of day did you go? Because if you were going, because that was towards the end of the day, that was Paramount, and then it was Universal. And then it was I think it was Universal. No, it was Paramount, then Universal, because Paramount brought out Harrison Ford for Cowboys versus Aliens. Then you had Universal, where they had Paramount also had Captain America and Thor, right? Because those were coming out in 2011. And then they had I think the Universal panel that maybe that was before then, I forget. But then at the end of that was Avengers, and they brought all the Avengers out on stage together. And I was in there for that.
That would be
cool. That was insane. And that took me a while to get in. So if in 2010, if you're thinking 2010, you might have gone like midday, maybe you would have taken an hour to get in. Because nobody knew what to expect at that point. Like nobody was
mentioned with today's animation stuff, just kind of turn around back around on that. I saw like Adam from Heroes Reforged. A couple of people said that they got to Ballroom 20 in like 20 minutes before the Marvel Animation panel, and they got in no issue. So they were like kind of surprised. They thought it was going to be a lot busier.
That is okay. Ballroom 20 is hit or miss. So Hall H holds 6,500 people. Ballroom 20 holds 4,300 people, and Ballroom 20 they might have just gotten lucky. Because Ballroom 20 is usually reserved for television, but you can usually get in if it's not like a supernatural panel. Like I used to go to like the Seth MacFarlane, like for American Dad and Cleveland Show and Family Guy, all that shit, right? And I'd have no problem getting in. Some of the more like, crazier shows, you like the shows with like the more devoted fan base. Marvel Animation, people maybe didn't think it was like the MCU shit from Disney Plus. They might have thought that it was stuff that's from like Disney XD. Those kind of panels don't do as well. But Ballroom 20 has always kind of been one to walk in and just get into, no problem. I've only had a couple of instances where I've had to like flash my press badge and be like, I've got people inside and I'm important. You can usually talk your way in if you know what you're doing. So, but as for like the lines and the experiences and stuff, yeah, no, that's largely gone away. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like, it seems like it's not like actually something that you go to enjoy. It's more so like you just go to get some stuff that you like or see something you like, but it's like it's so much of a chore. Like, it's not fun.
Well, see, the thing is though with con is it's San Diego
it's so
is
crowded and busy, and like
it's
in line most of the time.
Yeah, it's mostly that's it. That's what Comic-Con has become. When I first went, it wasn't like that. It was a totally different experience. Which is why like smaller conventions are probably, I would argue nowadays, where it's at. They're more intimate. They're less crowded. It's the same material, like the same. You'll get your collectors that are there. You'll get your exclusive. I mean, Comic-Con has exclusives, but you can always buy them online and shit afterward, from scalpers and stuff. But it's like San Diego is San Diego is the biggest of the big. If there's a smaller one, go to a smaller one. And you might have more fun, but it's also who you're there with. You know, if I were to go to, like, the last time I went to Emerald City Comic-Con, I went by myself. I went up to Seattle for the day by myself, and I just walked around, and it was like I was bored, you know. And like when I went to Comic-Con last in 2019, I was able to get a second badge for a teammate, and I took my kid brother, who had never asked me to go. The last time I took him was in 2000, when he was like 7, you know. And then, but 3 years ago, when he was like 26, we went, and he had never asked me to go. He'd never asked me to take him. And so I was like, well, I'm coming to town. I'll take you with me. And we went all 4 days and had a great time, you know? So it's all about like who you go with, and it's all about like what you do. Like, I mean, again, like when I was friends with Louis Lecca, Louis got me into the Amazon activation for like The Boys, and for, what was it?
With my limited income, I'd probably like instead of a fan event like this, I'd probably rather go to like Disney World or Universal than a con, or like a smaller con. I would like to go to, like more or New York.
Yeah, go to like personal cons. Like
New York's still big though. New York's still big.
New York is pretty much like the biggest.
I want to go to New York. I want to go to New York real bad. I want to see it. I just want to go see it. Also here, Trained Old School says Ballroom 20 was packed when Always Sunny was there. Dude, 2008 Always Sunny panel was fucking awesome. They gave us the DVDs for seasons 1 and 2. They gave us the actual DVDs for season 1 and 2, and they gave us an It's Always Sunny t-shirt. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. You know, I'm just saying cons are great for dipping your wick. That sounds kind of rapey, Degrassi.
Whoa, that sounds weird.
Well, look at this next comment though.
If you can't get laid at a con, you're doing it wrong. I mean,
what?
Well, you know, there's a little bit of
like cosplayers, or what are we talking about?
I mean, well, there's a lot of, okay. So like, I remember one time, I met this girl from like the Netherlands. She was like this really cute little goth girl, and this was like, I know that sounds really weird to say. I was like 20. Okay. This is like way back in the day. And like, we were hanging out all day and whatever. And like, you know, you just kind of hang out at con, and then that's it. You know, I'm like, I live in San Diego. You live in the Netherlands. It's like, you know, it's just whatever. But yeah, you meet some women there, you know, if that's what you can.
International ladies. Woo.
You know, there's a lot, dude, people from all over the world go to San Diego.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a thing. Yeah.
So I had this. This is off topic, but well, it's still Comic-Con. John Wick 4.
Well, I want to get to that. That is coming up. That is coming up.
I wasn't going to show the trailer. Just this poster has got me intrigued.
Well, I trust me when I say it's coming up. We'll get back into it here because I did have a plan. I did put together a PowerPoint. Right.
That's cool. I don't. Yeah.
Andrew. That's why I was running so late. I was trying to put together the PowerPoint because there's so much to cover, and I just wanted to organize it. Andrew Stanton reveals the rejected John Carter sequels that would have explored more of Mars. The trilogy would have ended with the evil Martians attempting to reach Earth. That would have
been amazing. Look at the like John Carter of Mars, God of Mars, Warlord of Mars.
Yeah, that was a great title. John Carter was a great movie, and like
Disney Plus, man, make it Disney Plus.
I would love to see that. Anyway, I thought that was an interesting little thing because I love John Carter. And then you got this one right here. I thought everyone was sending me this today. I was getting this sent to me. That Keanu Reeves says that he was introduced to anime after the Wachowskis made him watch Akira and Ghost in the Shell to prepare for the Matrix.
Oh my god!
So that means you're prepared to play Neo, Matt.
I mean, I would play Neo, sure, man. Fuck yeah, I'd play Neo. Whoa, right? Like, why not, man? We're gonna need guns, lots of guns. Like,
man,
yeah.
I wish Matrix Resurrections was good and we would get more expanded.
I haven't even watched it yet. I haven't watched it yet. Everyone hated it, so I haven't watched it.
I don't hate it. I thought it was good.
It was a solid.
I love all the Matrix movies and the Animatrix, and this was like the.
I wish they would have expanded the Final Flight of the Osiris from the Animatrix, or The Last Resistance, like turned that into a movie, like an animated movie, because like part 1 and part 2 of the Last Resistance were fucking great. For the Animatrix, and then you also had like, what was it? The detective one was really good, where the detective's trying to find Trinity. And I mean, anyway, the Animatrix is actually pretty solid. They never continue with it. I don't know why. Watcher, I can see your comments. Yeah, man. He says John Carter comics are great. All right, and then this was the John Wick 4 poster.
Baba Yaga.
I was like, I love that he's got nunchucks on it. That's awesome. Instead of guns, I love it. But
so is it just called John Wick Chapter 4? Is there going to be a subtitle? Because John Wick 3 was called John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum.
I hope this isn't that he actually uses the nunchucks in a cool sequence, because I would love to see that.
Didn't we already have the subtitle for John Wick 4?
No, there's no subtitle yet. No.
CinemaCon?
No.
At CinemaCon we didn't?
I
don't think so. Maybe they're calling it Baba Yaga. John Wick 4 Baba Yaga.
That would be a great title.
So, all right. Well, everyone's been asking for it, so let's check it out here. Here is the teaser trailer. Okay, well, check this out.
Lionsgate or Axis, though.
Yeah, it's fine.
Have you given any thought to where this ends?
I love that actor, by the way.
The tale will never stop.
He's a great actor.
You know this. No one, not even you, can kill everyone.
Ooh. I'm back in, baby. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You ready, John?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
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 Oh, yeah! Still got it. Donnie did. Woo!
March? You gotta be kidding me.
And that's coming out.
Every time I think that I'm out, they drag me back. I'm like, do I need John Wick 4? Yes,
Can I
do.
just say that John Wick fighting Donnie Yen, both shooting at each other and fighting each other with samurai swords, like the best thing ever.
Awesome.
But I will say, like, I thought that was great. The only thing I don't like is the whole, like, those suits of armors are, like, those suits are bulletproof. Because, like, the bullet has no impact on them whatsoever. Right? That's the only complaint. It's my only complaint is just, like, because I love the John Wick movies.
Matt, he beat a
guy. It's a nitpick? It's a nitpick? That's a pretty big fucking thing. It's like, the suits are bulletproof, but they would still have impact.
Matt, it doesn't matter. He beat a guy's head in with a nunchuck. I don't care.
No. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to come when I watch that, okay?
He looked legit when he was doing it, too. He knows what he's doing. He didn't look awkward or anything. It's great.
Yeah. It was like, stop ruining it. Who cares?
But didn't we all? I mean, including myself. I'm calling myself out on this. I'm like, John Wick, the trilogy was great. I'm like, did we still need John Wick after that?
The last movie on a cliffhanger, didn't it? Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to ask, though. Isn't this the last John Wick movie?
I think 5. They're 5, yeah.
Okay, so there's one more after this.
Yeah,
okay.
I haven't seen John Wick Chapter 3 yet, so.
What?
I haven't.
Oh,
I need to.
God.
I have it. I just need to watch it. Dude, it took me like, okay, so it took me until 2017 to watch John Wick. Like, I watched it a week before John Wick Chapter 2 came out. Then I saw Chapter 2 in theaters, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then, like, I forget what happened in 2019. I just wasn't able to make it to the theater. And then I was like, I'll get to it eventually, you know? And it happens. But now that I'm on my movie watching kick, you know, I got to record a bunch of reviews still. But it's like, I'm going to watch the John Wick movies. I'll just start 1 and, you know, 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll go through them.
Wow.
So they're
what
good.
You call I won't call all 3 John Wick movies a masterpiece.
So we know Donnie Yen is in there. He's playing an assassin. Who else is in John Wick 4? The cast.
Clancy Brown was the old gray-haired guy. That was Clancy Brown, and
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, with the beard and like the missing finger and stuff. So that's a pretty big deal. Obviously, Lance Reddick is back.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne. You've got God damn it!
Bill
What's
Skarsgård.
That felt like what Matrix should have gone.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was gonna say Billy Skarsgård was in there too.
Yeah, but so is Ian McShane. No. Ian McShane is back. I saw. I haven't seen number 3, but I know Halle Berry had the German Shepherds, and I saw the German Shepherd. So I don't know if she lives or dies in the movie or not, but I saw the dog, so I don't know if that's a thing or not. I don't know. Don't tell me. Don't fucking tell me. Don't fucking tell me. Don't fucking tell me. I just saw it in there anyway. So the missing finger is Keanu. Okay, I haven't seen John Wick 3 yet. So, I don't know. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you just spoiled something. So good job.
It's fine. It's fine. The ballerina is coming, Anna de Armas. Oh, yeah, that's right. She's doing that too.
Oh, yeah, spinoff, yeah.
She's doing a lot of action movies, which is good.
Yeah, well, here's the funny thing, Halogen. He says, Paul says, all the lore that you need to see C3. I know. But this, if you notice, so I was watching. A lot to expand the lore. Well, I was watching fucking Nobody, right? And like Nobody was written by Derek Kolstad, who also wrote John Wick. And again,
it feels like a John Wick movie.
It's like a John Wick movie. And then what were we watching the other day? That day, was it Daybreak or Day Shift, right? The Day Shift. Also produced by the guy who written by the guy who wrote John Wick 3 with Jamie Foxx and Snoop Dogg, right? And that feels exactly like you're looking at the same kind of like
a John Wick
Nobody type.
Well, I told you real quick, I told you on the phone, Matt, when you were watching Nobody, like, didn't it feel like it was like the same world, but you were seeing it from like the government's point of view?
Yeah. I love Nobody, man. Like, I fucking love Nobody too. They are. Yeah, they're doing a second one. I mean, it's like, I think the budget was like under 30 mil or something.
It was a very cheap movie, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the thing though. Like, look at like The Black Phone, right? It was $16 million movie and it made like, I think 75 domestic, and that's pretty good, And so it's like, you can make these cheaper movies that are really well done. We don't need all the fucking spectacle, dude. There's a lot of good shit out there still to watch. But anyway, there's still a lot to get to tonight. We haven't got to the animation shit yet. It's been an hour and a half. But there is this one today that also popped up. Ooh. The new Lord of the Rings tease. I haven't seen this yet. I've been waiting to watch this.
After this, I might head out because I'm going to try to sleep so I could get up.
Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep, Max.
You're not going to go to sleep. You're not going to.
I don't know. I'm me and the dog.
Just stay.
I got to eat something too. I didn't even eat anything.
All right. Okay. So I haven't seen this yet. So I want to see. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I'll tell you this though. Here's what pissed me off before I play this. I heard that it was online. I was watching TV with my kids. It's like, okay, I'll see if it's on YouTube, right? Because I heard that it was up. I go and I type in Lord of the Rings trailer, and you know what I see on the recommended feed? Nothing but Nerdrotic and all of those chuds attacking it. And I'm already. Oh no, they've been attacking it for months, dude. They just put this in the. They put this in the.
Are they in the description? They didn't go to Comic-Con.
They're not there, but they weren't even attacking this trailer because this trailer wasn't online yet. But it's just all the other attacks that they have done. And like Nerdrotic has one that's got like nearly 700,000 views. And it's like, they're already priming the pump for this shit. And it's like, I can't deal with it. I'm like, we haven't seen it yet. Holy fuck. So I just immediately backed out of that. Figure I'll just watch it tonight. I actually didn't get anything on the Berserker movie. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. So they're doing the movie, and they got a 2-season anime coming to Netflix that Keanu is doing. All right, let's take a look at this trailer.
We thought the war at last was ended.
Whoa.
That looks great.
Today, our days of peace begin.
We thought our joys would be unending. We thought our light would never dim.
The skies are strange.
It is here, Galadriel. The moment we feared.
Evil does not sleep. It waits.
Beyond the darkness tempting shadow to bury us all beneath the mountain.
He has not one name, but many.
Have you heard of him, lad? Have you heard of Sauron?
If the evil rising is left unchecked, it will take us all. Find the light, and the shadow will not find you. Together we can survive this! Fight with me.
Each of us must decide who we shall be.
There can be no trust between hammer and rock. Eventually, one or the other must surely break.
You have been told many lies of Middle-earth.
Damn.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I'm.
September too.
Isn't Sauron a shapeshifter?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not complaining about his look at all.
No, I saw people going off about that. Like, oh, it's Slim Shady, but in Middle Earth. I'm like, who gives a fuck, dude? Like,
yeah,
I'm excited to see it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
I wonder who that creature was going after we hear Sauron and like girl backs up and then like that creature with like the Vecna claws come out.
I can't wait to see the Usual Suspects try to spin that trailer was bad, because that trailer was legit. Even if the previous trailers weren't for you, that trailer was legit. They're just going to focus on something at the end.
Oh, there's something at the end. Oh, okay. All right. Hold, I didn't know that. Let me bring it back up. Let me bring it back up here, because I have the video file. So, okay. All right. Thank you for that, H Barts. Appreciate it. Apparently, that's how you do it, guys. That's how you get super chats. You leave it at the end. All right. Hold on. Oh, right.
Orlog.
Oh, shit. Right.
How'd you miss the Balrog?
I don't know how I missed the Balrog, dude. That's fucking
That
awesome,
was a
man.
movie
Like
called...
I know people are posting it. I'm like, I don't see it all in the trailer.
Does this look like a streaming series or movie?
No, it looks like a fucking movie, dude. Like,
Yeah, a movie, obviously.
I think that's gonna be. Here's the thing, though, right? Like Paul here says, I'm not excited to see it because it's based on nothing Tolkien wrote. It is based on things Tolkien wrote. It is absolutely based on what Tolkien wrote.
Tolkien's son, like a associate producer on this.
Don't be a gatekeeper, Paul. Come on.
But it's more or less the idea there, though. But it's not a pure adaptation, because you can't really adapt, the Second Age stuff. So it's kind of like that's what they're doing with it, and it's fine with me. I think it's going to open up Lord of the Rings to a number of people, and that might get them to read the books. Just like Lord of the Rings got people to, Game of Thrones got people to read the books. Harry Potter got people to read the books.
The show. I know.
Well, the Tolkien estate is involved with the show. Remember,
I know, but it was like his grandson is like an executive producer on this. Like it was.
Yeah. Well, I think that might have just been like
okay.
Part
Can
of
I
the,
ask?
part
Can
of
I
the
ask
deal.
Halogen Helix a serious question, Halogen? Okay, remove all this stuff, all the baggage of it's not based on this. It's not based on that. As the trailer alone, just as a trailer, does it look good to you? Removing all of the.
I don't fucking care about the diverse elves and dwarves, dude. That to me is a weak talking point, because it doesn't matter to me. Like it doesn't matter. Does it impact the story? No. Like, did we see them in the original movies? No. Does that mean that they weren't there? No. We just didn't see them. Now we're seeing them. Who cares? It's like, and this is also thousands and thousands and thousands of years before that. We don't know what happened. We don't know anything.
Remove all those talking points, Paul, and just say, is the trailer good? Does it look cool? That's all I want you to answer for seriously. Like remove, there's diverse elves and all this other stuff. Do they look like they're acting good? Do they look good in the action? Does it look cool? That's all I want to know.
I want to see. I want to see it. I'm going to withhold all judgment until I see it. I'm not going to let myself get bogged down in any kind of petty nitpick until I watch it. Because I don't want this. I've been waiting for this for 5 fucking years, like the rest of us. So it's almost here. I don't want to shit on it. I'm not gonna. I don't want to like prime the pump to shit on it. I don't want to like feed you guys bad information or at least very biased information that's gonna like cause anyone to shit on it. I want us all to see it and then form our own fucking opinion, because like I feel so much shit these days has just been completely fucking sandbagged by armchair critics who have not one iota of experience writing, producing, creating anything other than the knuckle children they fire from their fucking dick while watching fucking tranny porn on their goddamn computer. Like, that's it. Like, that's it, dude. Like, that's where I'm at with it. And I shouldn't have said that word, transgender. But it's like, the whole point, though, is like, it's these fucking knuckle-dragging mouth breathers who've never done anything. And all they want to do is just, like, tear shit down.
Well, gatekeeping is the biggest issue across the board, like, of gatekeeping the property. Like, chill out. Does it look good? That's where I've gone to the point where everything's like, this and that and this and that. Well, does it look cool? Let's at least get to that part first. Let's get to all those other, and those I'm cool to criticize and do all that other stuff later. But first, the base level, does it look like it's a good product? And then go to all that other stuff later. Because I think if you just look at this trailer,
it looks
like
pretty solid. It looks
solid. It looked, the special effects look cool. The editing of the trailer looked great.
My biggest concern is I just hope this like really interesting and captivating characters for me to grow attached to.
Well, that's the point where I'm personally getting. I'm like, okay, let's talk about that stuff later. Does it look good? Is it a good? Is it fun? Regardless of all the source material and all that, does it good first? And then let's talk about that later.
What I hope.
They get blinded by all that other stuff first before they can even accept it as a good product.
What I hope is that if the show is received well by the general audience, it will remove the incentivization to attack it, right? Because if you look, like, they didn't attack The Boys season 3 and The Boys season 3 shat on their kind of ideology constantly. Yes. Right. But they didn't, because it was well received. People liked it. And they had no room to fight there. They went after Miss Marvel because of xenophobia and bigotry, which ultimately kind of failed off because the show still didn't do as well as other shows, but still was well received and everything else. They went after Kenobi, very similar reasons. But then again, like a lot of people, they went after what people didn't like about it. But then when the Return of the Mandalorian episode happened, they couldn't really say shit about that. So it's like this and House of the Dragon are what's going to feed them for the rest of 2022. They will find literally any little thing to nitpick that they possibly can, which is why I am exceptionally happy that neither one of those shows are based off of any pre-existing story. They might be adapting certain things, but they are not 100% beholden to canon that doesn't exist in that moment. So the argument there is that like they may not have a lot to hold on to if they're trying to argue canon, right? Because remember, they say, because that's where it might be. I don't quite know. So we've got all that going on. Sorry, I thought my phone buzzed. Okay, but anyway, so there's that. I'm looking forward to this one. Let's see. Hold on. They didn't sell the rights to the ages they are drawing on. So they didn't sign off on it. They have the rights for Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. So they're making BS up to make money. Simple as that. Dude, what are you talking about? Like Jeff fucking Bezos personally negotiated the rights with the Tolkien estate. He personally.
Yeah, 500 million, right?
It was 250 million was the signing deal. And then the licensing was for 5 seasons. That's what we're getting. They are pulling from the Second Age. They're adapting parts of the Silmarillion, whatever the fuck that thing is called. And they're making up BS, but they're also but they're making up BS.
They might even show the War of the Wrath.
We don't know yet. You don't know. They're making up shit that never really had full on story told. You know what I mean? Like there's hints of things. There's tales that were told, but it's like, again, it's not straight up an adaptation. The Hobbit was a book, can be adapted. The Lord of the Rings were 3 books. They were adapted. This
Yeah,
is
and
not a pure adaptation. This is
another thing is that if you're hating on this, you would be also hating on The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings trilogy, because that wasn't also full on Tolkien work as well. FYI. Like, and there were black characters in LOTT. So
I think Jay Bezos is going to buy the rights eventually.
So.
Yeah. Okay. So the series is, I'm looking this up here. The series is primarily based on the appendices of The Lord of the Rings, which include discussions of the Second Age and features a large cast from around the world. For legal reasons, it's not a direct continuation of Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit film trilogies, but the production intended to evoke the films with similar production design and younger versions of characters who appear in them. So it's not the similar, I can never pronounce that fucking word, but it is pulling from the appendices of the Lord of the Rings. So characters and stories that are referenced in there that are brought up. That's perfectly fine to adapt from. So if they're not pulling from the other book, they're still pulling from things that Tolkien wrote, but they're pulling from characters and ideas and situations that he had talked about in the appendices. Sure, yeah. It's not the best. It's not the best thing they could do probably, but you're talking about like something that's as sacred as Lord of the Rings. Like if it was another adaptation, right? Okay. Well, here's the other thing. Look at Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War, right? No one bitches about those not being written by Tolkien.
That's true.
Right. And those are pretty well received games. I mean, like they're fun. I love both of those. Like no one really gives a fuck. Right. Like again, this cons, I like canon. I like things that are beholden to canon, but you also have to look at the context of how things can be beholden to canon. Whereas if it's something that's just taking an adaptation of an idea and they're trying to run with it, like look at House of the Dragon. Sure. Fucking Tolkien or George R. R. Martin was involved in the creation of the show, but guess what? It's not based on any pre-existing works that he did. So it's like pulling from ideas that he had brought up in the books that he had written, and they're going back and they're telling a story to tie it into it. With the sign off of Martin, here you've got the Tolkien estate has signed off, and then but if there's always that argument though. Well, like whoever's in charge of it now doesn't actually give a fuck, just wanted to take the money. Blah 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 blah. There was a Tolkien scholar that apparently had was on the show, but then quit the show, and there's stuff about that. How about people have been looking to attack the series for years now, but when it was first announced 5 years ago, everyone was excited for it. So what happened? What happened in the last couple years that has been priming people to get so goddamn pissy over something they haven't seen? And again, if you're upset that it's not pulling from, whatever Tolkien wrote, look at what was, were you protesting the Fellowship of the Ring in 2001 because Tom fucking Bombadil wasn't in it? Were you protesting Return of the King because Aragorn went and got the ghosts to help fight the fucking army versus going up the river and getting the armies of men to fight back against Sauron and the orcs and shit? I mean, there always are going to be changes. There are always going to be these alterations and adaptations. And so, but if the core theme and the core elements that they were going for are there, then we're okay. And looking at this trailer, it's like, it looks okay. It looks like some pretty good ass. Dude, Balrog looked fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It looks fucking cool. There's money behind it. It's not some cheap BBC ass remake and shit. There's actual money, and they took time, and they really spent a lot of time and a lot of money to do this as best as they possibly could. And I think we I don't even want to say fans, as just as enjoyers of entertainment, have to give them the benefit of the fucking doubt, because you yourself have not, with your own 2 eyes, watched the content of how it's presented. That's what I'm talking about here. That's what I'm talking about. Is maybe it's time to just just kind of maybe realize that I got maybe a little bit of a thing here. I'm jumping to conclusions, and maybe not do it.
Wait until the first episode something comes out. Geez.
You're talking about the adaptation. Okay, listen, you have a time allotment here, right? A television show is a television show. People don't realize that. All right. Look at what's happened with Obi-Wan and Kenobi. Kenobi and Book of Boba Fett. Those were shows that should have been longer and been treated like television rather than a 6-hour movie. That was a fundamental flaw on how those shows ended up coming out. Eric Kripke, the showrunner of The Boys, called this out very well. 8 episodes, how they broke down season 3 of The Boys was very well paced, very well put together, and it was very well accepted by fans who are loving it. It was actually, I think, number 3 in the overall minutes watched recently, that report that came out. It was like Stranger Things, The Umbrella Academy, and The Boys, right? Or maybe Umbrella Academy, it doesn't matter. But either way, it was up there. And again, Kripke said, focus on making entertainment, focus on making a television show. This is what they're doing. This is what happens.
Paul, if it's entertaining, people aren't going to care about the stuff you're bringing up. If it's entertaining, that helps a lot with that.
No, hold on here. Right? It's not that it's serious. It's a show. No need to defend it. No. It's not. I'm not defending the fucking show. I haven't seen the show yet. What I'm talking about is defending the concept of actually watching something before you run your fucking mouth over it. Right? Like, look, I might have fucking torn Ghostbusters 2016 to absolute utter dog shit for months, but you know what I did? I still went on preview night and I went in there at, like fingers crossed and going, please don't suck. Please don't suck. Please don't suck. And I tried to fucking like the movie. There's a difference in wanting to see something be good and wanting to enjoy something versus just shitting on it and then going like, well, it's not going to live up to these expectations that I've already preconceived built in my mind. That in no way will be met because I've already established to shit on this thing going into it. That's what I'm talking about. And I like you, Paul, but I think you've already had a preconceived notion in your head that this is going to fucking suck. I really do. I think you've already got that notion in your head. And so it's like, I don't want to discuss this with you because it will turn into a fight, because all I'm saying is just like, go in with an open mind. That's it. Go in with an open mind. That's all any of us can do in watching a show or a movie. That's it. And some things don't track the first time you watch it. By the way,
to me, it seems like you're jumping through hoops trying to find a reason to nitpick instead of just enjoying the trailer.
Yeah, I do. I mean, like, look, I like Tolkien, but I'm not like, I like the Lord of the Rings stuff, but I'm not, I'm not going to fucking lose my shit over it. Right. Like certain things and certain adaptations have pissed me off. Like The Last Jedi has so many things that piss me off, but I still try to find things to like about it. I still want to like the movie regardless of my distaste for it, even all these years later. Anyway, moving on, because there's some one thing I want to quickly get to here. So there was a I Am Groot trailer.
Time.
I'm probably gonna head out.
It took forever. Yeah.
Sorry.
No. Max, watch this trailer first.
Yeah, I got the trailer. It's only a minute long. I got this right here.
How much is Vin Diesel getting
after this? I'll head out.
I don't know,
because I didn't watch this yet either. That's cool.
I Am Groot.
Oh my god, he took a shit.
I'm Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot.
All right, that looks cute.
They're already making 5 new shorts coming out later next year.
That's going to be, they've done 5 right now. They're finishing up the other 5, and then they're working on season 2.
Very cute. But if I had a kid or a niece or nephew that was younger, and they just kept saying that constantly, it would end its cuteness. If they just go,
they're shorts. That's why they're shorts.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's like, well, I tell you this though, like I'm really getting tired of the Disney Plus shorts. Like, because it's like, for example, they did the shorts with Up, right? And I thought those were great, but they're like fucking like 8 minutes long, and you're like, just put them, and then they have them individual, and they've got like the
Baymax also shorts.
Baymax is like 10, 11 minutes, and those are really cute. And I also really like watching Big Hero 6, and I really enjoyed the animated series as well. So I enjoy Baymax, but it's like, and they are working on season 2 of Baymax, but it's like, like look at what is it? Monsters at Work, right? That came out over a year ago, and we already knew that season 2 was coming, and now we're hearing season 2 isn't going to come till next fucking year. And you're like, dude, fucking plan for this shit. Like, the fuck is wrong with you? You know, those are only 8, I think 10 episodes and stuff. And those,
wow. Sorry.
I know. I'm saying it's like, and then also, but by the way, Monsters at Work is really good. If you haven't seen it, like, it's really good.
Yeah.
Which
You're gonna laugh at me. I didn't know that was his daughter.
You
didn't know that?
You didn't know? I mean, she looks
I didn't
more like Uma.
I didn't know her name. I didn't know her last name. I didn't. I was like, oh wow.
So
and she's a singer too on YouTube.
She's a singer too. She's dropping a new song soon.
Okay, that's sorry for sharing random stuff on Twitter, but I was like, oh wow. Whenever I go silent, sometimes that's what I'm doing.
Max just has the attention span of a squirrel.
He's also a boomer.
I do. I am, yes.
I think he's only slightly older than I am, but yeah, kind of. Kind of buddy.
See, Donovan didn't know either.
How do you know? How do you guys not know that?
I just didn't. I just wasn't paying attention. I like her character in Stranger Things.
Yeah, Robin's probably like the best character outside of Steve.
Yeah.
Robin's great. Yeah, they have a good dynamic.
Wait, what are you guys talking about?
Max didn't know that Maya Hawke was Ethan Hawke's daughter.
Oh, that's. Wow.
I guess I realized her name was Hawke. I just didn't think she was that Hawke. You know.
Well, she looks more like Uma Thurman if you look at her. She has more of a facial structure of her mom.
She's got a little bit of both in them, but she takes more after her mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, like her looks is more of her mom, but the way she
that's Uma's. So that because I know Ethan's been married a few times. So that's Uma's daughter too.
Yeah, well, though they only recently got a divorce a couple years ago, I think. But but anyway, yeah. Cosmic asks, where is Sea Beast streaming? That's on Netflix.
It was fun.
I've only seen half of it. I need to start it again.
Did you like it?
From what I saw, it was really good. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I just want to. What it was is I wanted to watch it, but my kids weren't really that into it. And it is for a little bit older kids and stuff, but and then I got distracted. I wasn't able to check that out. So McLeod, I actually have that. I have that brought up here in my little thing. I think I got it in here.
Well, anyway, I do have a 40-year-old bladder, so I do have to go now anyway.
Well, all right. Well, now we're getting into the animation stuff, so I want to, and I it is getting a little bit late. All right, so what if season 2 we found out includes a Hela story, Odin versus the Mandarin, Captain Carter meeting the Winter Soldier, and Tony on Sakaar with Valkyrie and Hulk.
It's supposed to be a season 1 episode that got pushed to season 2.
It was supposed to be the 10th episode.
And Captain Carter meeting the Winter Soldier, it's the Hydra Stomper. So Steve became the Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And then what we have here is season 2 of Marvel Studios' first animated series will arrive in 2023. Which again I think is way too fucking long, but whatever.
Animation, man, takes a while. Just like
animation. No, it does. It does. No, with Invincible, I don't know. I think they should.
Invincible's coming out next.
How is it then? How the fuck is it that The Simpsons is able to fucking nail 21 episodes a season for years?
Because it's cheaper animation, dude.
I think nowadays they could probably do it like, there's a lot there. They're still
doing this. It's already established. It's already established.
I don't know. I find those. I think they have smaller teams working on the stuff.
Once Invincible starts rolling by season 3, you will get season 4 and 5 quicker. You also once you pass season 3 of animation, you start rolling out seasons easier because you are now setting designs for characters you already have.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Isn't they doing the Invincible season 2 and 3 back to back?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they're working on more seasons at once.
It's once you get rolling, you can push out an animated season quicker because you already have designs.
Also, they're making a live action movie of Invincible, but I don't think that's never happening. Personally.
Probably not. No.
The live action Invincible movie.
Yeah,
I'm really excited though. Out of these what ifs, though, I'm really curious about the Odin versus the Mandarin.
Yeah, in the Odin versus Mandarin one, it's Mandarin is with Shang-Chi and Xiling's mom.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's when they're kids.
It's when before Shang-Chi and
sorry,
Ant-Man was
real quick.
before.
This popped up. I totally missed it from Simon. Hey Jarbo, tried listening to yesterday's podcast regarding whether or not you'd seen the new D&D trailer. I guess so because it's missing. It's not missing. It's over on the other channel on youtube.com/Hollywood After Dark. That's where the archives go. You can, if you are subscribed to the channel, to this channel, and you have the notifications turned on, you'll get the link to listen to the show. I only unlist the episode. So, but it's still there and you can still listen to it. So if you just subscribe and you have the notification bell turned on, you get the link to it. So you can still check it out. But otherwise, it's just the archive is over there. I'm doing that for algorithmic reasons I can explain at a later date. But I just totally skipped this one. I'm really sorry, buddy. Thank you very much. And then as for I don't really accept a lot of DM requests on Discord. So just message me in the forum. We can talk about that. But anyway, let's keep going here because What If seems pretty cool. Then of course we have Spider-Man freshman year.
This one's a weird one.
This is weird because I'm confused. Plus there was a lot of images.
It looks amazing though. It looks amazing, but I'm confused because when they first announced this, they said it was going to be the MCU Spider-Man's origin story. But if it is, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, we got what I love here is that it's recreating the shot from Civil War.
But it's Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
He got those waves. Those waves.
So that looks pretty good. The animation is not what I expected it to be, but it does feel very comic booky.
I love it.
It's remind me from the comics. Like that's what I like about it.
Yeah. Well, I heard someone.
It makes no sense.
Is this from the 838 universe? Is that what I believe?
No, that's not true. No.
We're not going back to 838 at least right now.
Not for now at least.
I just again, all I'll say about 838 is I want Doctor Strange to hook up with the girl from thank you, I blanked on the name. With Claire from 838. I just want that. They should have been able to smash. I'm just saying that's my hope. That's my goal.
Christine Palmer.
Christine, that's it. Christine.
Oh, Christine.
I'm fucking getting tired.
Claire.
I don't know. I was like Christine Palmer. Thank you. Yeah.
Claire's from Jurassic World.
Okay. Well, now we're just mixing everything up. But all right, we got this image here. It looks pretty good. Multiverse. There we go.
New homemade suit.
New homemade suit.
No, talking with... You see how it is though? It's like a what if scenario. Like what if Norman Osborn mentored Peter and found Peter first before Tony did, or instead of Tony, which makes no sense because like No Way Home established that Oscorp didn't exist yet.
Yeah,
but they didn't say that Osborn exists in the universe though. So you could.
But if this is the MC Spider-Man's origin, how does this make sense?
Hold on. Let me take a look here real quick. Because I have the Marvel.com. They've got a
their description even says in the MCU, how does Peter Parker become Spider-Man in the MCU?
Yeah, so it says here, yes, your Spidey senses are tingling, and more Spider-Man is swimming this way with Spider-Man freshman year coming in 2024. The animated series follows Peter Parker on his way to becoming Spider-Man in the MCU, starting with his freshman year of high school. Peter's journey in the series will be unlike anything we've seen, in a style that celebrates the character's early comic book roots. The show will have a cast of characters and like a new Spider-Man suit for the series. And there's still more Spidey where that came from during the panel. Season 2 was announced, and that will be called Spider-Man Sophomore Year.
Isn't that Homecoming now? So what was the point?
Well, Homecoming, he was a sophomore, I think. And
so basically, what it is
or
that,
junior or something.
But they clarified this takes place before Civil War.
Yeah,
and then sophomore year will be taking place. But
again, it doesn't. But it doesn't make it. This still doesn't make any sense.
You have to let it take time on that one. You have to let it.
But no, it doesn't make any sense because, like, again, they established Oscorp didn't exist, and you can scroll through the other images. Certain characters he never met until after Civil War.
Let's see. Well, here's a design for Peter. Looks a bit like Tom Holland, although I don't think Tom Holland is going to be voicing the character.
I hope he does, though.
He's too expensive, RJ. He's too expensive.
Hudson Thames again.
What? He's too expensive?
Hudson Thames.
From What If?
Yeah. From What If? Yeah.
That makes sense. So we got him looking here, and then we've got
these suits.
The suits,
which
here.
Makes no sense because he never had that suit in the middle until Tony gave it to him.
Yeah.
So that was his MCU Peter.
So then I don't know what the other isn't like.
Why does he have the Future Foundation suit as well?
Or something that looks like it, yeah.
So I don't know what that means. It could just be prototypes that they're working on, or just designs that they have for future. I don't know. And then we got Peter and his friends.
Which this makes no sense, but it's cool. It got Amadeus Cho on the far left, the one in the lab coat. You got Lonnie Lincoln, who I think is the football player. The goth girl is Nico Minoru, who's one of the Runaways. She's also a magic user, Doctor Strange. And I think at the very far right, I think that's Harry Osborn on the very far right.
Of course it is.
That would make sense, looking like the way his dad dresses, but a little bit more, a little bit more stylish.
Well, the green too. The green.
The green, yeah. And
but again, where the hell's Harry been? Where's been? Where's Nico Minoru been? If you knew them in freshman year,
is that supposed to be Liz Allen? Between Nico,
I think so. I think so.
But again,
I don't know who the other chick is between Liz and Harry.
The one with the striped shirt on the left. Yeah, I don't know who she is.
Yeah, this.
Again, these are just designs. You know, it comes out literally in like almost 2 years.
Well, I know. I'm just saying I have a lot of questions. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll get more by then, but it does get more interesting when you look like this image here.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange, and then was it Nomoru? What's her name?
Nico Minoru.
Nico. And something is coming up that way. Well, if she's a magic user, so is Strange. And then we got the more of a classic look for Strange.
He looks great. He looks
awesome. Here's my thing though: is Benedict Cumberbatch going to voice him?
Yeah,
I really hope so.
But also, I thought that Doctor Strange and Spider-Man didn't meet until Infinity War.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're using our made up names. Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Well,
I don't think this is going to be the.
I think it's more of like where Spider-Man and Doctor Strange hasn't meet, but it's what if like
Peter Parker met
Parker seen Doctor Strange before, so, but he doesn't know.
I mean, I guess I could. I don't know. This is just where it gets really weird.
But then again, you have so much like weird stuff going on with.
He doesn't even know what's Doc Ock. He doesn't know who Doc Ock in No Way Home. So I don't know how. The canon is weird.
Yeah, I mean it is. It is. And we got Charlie Cox is returning as Daredevil.
Going crazy. He was going crazy in the stream. Yeah.
So this is what I'm interested in, to be honest with you. This
awesome.
This has me hyped up as fuck. Because it's just like that. Just means that Feige is listening to the fans and really giving us what we want, which is more Charlie Cox. Yeah. Which again, it's funny when you look at DC, they don't listen at all.
But dude, I love that Daredevil suit, the black and red. Like it looks like kind of like a mixture of his classic outfit with like the ninja outfit. I love it so much. And Charlie Cox voicing him, I mean, that's just gonna be awesome. So like that actually made me like pop big. I was like really happy about that.
It's crazy that Charlie Cox is having a big comeback with Daredevil. It's mind blowing.
Well, what I think happened with that is the popularity for the show. Again, it was Netflix that canceled the shows. It wasn't Marvel TV that did. It was Netflix. And then there was a cool off period. And so ultimately like they knew that, right? 2 years. Yeah. But see, that's 2 years before you can even start developing something. So it takes time to kind of get it back out there and everything else. But then I think Kevin Feige was basically told Charlie Cox, like, just don't say anything, but yeah, you're going to be Daredevil. Like, we just know it, you know? And everyone's happy with it. So, and then of course we got X-Men 97.
Well, we forgot some things.
What did I forget? I grabbed whatever I could get.
The villains.
Where oh god damn it! I was in a hurry. Let me see. I thought I grabbed the villain shot.
The villains are actually important because that's another big question too.
You know what? I do have the image. Let me just bring it. It's not on my PowerPoint. I was very much.
No, you're fine. It was hard getting good quality images. Anyway.
It really was.
Yeah.
Like I was really pissed because I'm like trying to find the villains and like I know there they are, and I know I'm
like where like when they do these.
There we go.
Events, there we go. So
they have to.
I don't know who the girl on the far. Oh my god, that is Rhino. They made Rhino a chick?
No.
That's a Rhino horn, dude.
Oh, snap.
That's a Rhino horn.
I thought the dude in the gray shirt and the red hair is Rhino.
I think that's Tombstone. I don't know. But all we know for sure is that we're getting Scorpion, Tarantula, Doc Ock, and Chameleon.
Yeah, I think the girl between Doc Ock and the redhead is Black Tarantula. And then you have Chameleon on the very far right. And obviously you can tell who Scorpion is and Doc Ock is.
But again,
Doc Ock was classic
Doc
costume.
Ock though, that makes no sense though because he never knew Doc Ock existed till No Way Home. You didn't know who Otto Octavius was. So I have so many. Maybe that's Hammerhead. That's a good guess. Hammerhead.
Yeah.
I said, you see, like I'm really excited for this. I'm just so confused because none of it makes sense. Because that doesn't look like Michael Mando Scorpion. It could be Michael Mando Scorpion. But I don't know.
Is he going to?
But Michael Mando never became Scorpion at the end of Homecoming.
Well, he did have a scorpion tattoo, so we don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
don't
again,
really know the history of that character, really, honestly. So
at this point, I don't know what we're gonna get with it, and
I think the characters in the Sony universe, the Scorpion, I think so, because they took like Michael Keaton character and in the Mobius and put it in the Sony universe. So I don't know. It's weird.
No, Agent Josh. No Oddball. Oddball sucks.
So I mean, it's possible. It's possible this is a multiverse one.
It could be a multiverse show. Well, the theory I have, and that me and Ashley were thinking about. Me and Ashley were thinking about this. Either maybe the spell at the end of No Way Home like changed Spider-Man's history in the MCU, like it rewrote the timeline, like it messed up the timeline, where it's like he has a different history now.
Yeah.
Or what the Watcher's saying, maybe it's something that King did. King like rewrote some of the MCU's history to where it changed Spider-Man.
I hope they don't do that shit
after Loki season 2. So
I really hope.
Because remember, this is coming out in 2024. It's a long ways away. So could have
well, and also what's coming out in 2024, I think is going to be another Spider-Man. No, I think the next Spider-Man's in 2023.
Isn't there every Spider-Man movie every 2 years or 3? Right?
I think they said for Spider-Man 4 it's going to be a longer break because they're like refiguring out what they want to do with the character.
Okay,
so,
well, I think at this point Marvel's just like they have a lot going on. Yeah. I don't know yet. We're gonna have to wait and see what they say on that one. It's exciting, but it's also kind of frustrating. There's no point because we're kind of just talking in circles on it right now. But we got the X-Men 97 here, which really kind of triggered Grace Randolph a little bit today, from what I can see.
She's like really upset about Marvel and the X-Men.
Yeah, it's kind of
weird.
Not
liking what they're doing.
Well, I mean,
she was like, you see how like she talked about Kevin Feige. She's like, Kevin Feige gets this like hyper fixation on this cartoon. I don't know why.
And the theme song too. She hated the theme song. I was like, come on, man.
Yeah,
you hate it.
The Watcher says Madam Web set photos. I didn't grab them, man. There was too much today to go into. Like we're already well over.
Interesting.
There's yeah. But we got the look here at the crew, and it looks great. Looks very. Yeah. I mean, a little updated from the 90s. I saw people bitching about Rogue, like they made Rogue look a lot younger.
Did they?
Yeah, if you look at the Rogue from the original series, and she looks a lot younger.
They gave Storm the Mohawk.
Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. Looks like hey, got Jubilee.
Jubilee's a big part of that cartoon.
She is.
She was the audience surrogate character.
So, and of course, I mean, Beast was always one of my faves, and then Wolverine as well.
Yeah. Right.
So I mean, that's going to be great. I love the original. I do need to watch it again. I haven't watched it since it's been on Disney Plus, but like, I need to start sitting down and watching it. Of course, now we've got to look at the some
new characters coming in. Well, not new. I mean, Cable and Bishop have always been there, but Nightcrawler.
Yeah. Now I'm unfamiliar with who's the one on the left there?
Burn
I know.
Spot.
Sunspot. You mean Sunspot?
Is it Sunspot or Sunspot?
And isn't one of them Morph?
Morph is next to him.
And then who's on like the one in between Bishop and Nightcrawler?
I can't remember his name. Damn it. Sunspot is the one on the. We said that.
Yeah.
You think Deadpool is going to be in this team?
Probably not.
He debuted in the 90s. He could.
Oh, Forge. They say it's Forge.
Thank you.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Deadpool could show up in this because Deadpool debuted in the 90s. This is like peak 90s season when he was a character running around in the comics. So.
Yeah, because I remember Forge disguised himself as Deadpool for like a quick second.
Huh. Oh, well, I mean, yeah. And this is coming out in the fall of 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go on
Animation.
We've got Magneto.
This is his New Mutants. When he was the leader of the New Mutants, he wore that costume, and
people was complaining about this.
Yeah, people don't like this, but this is like right from the '90s comics and the comics of the era. He's going to be leading the X-Men because obviously Charles Xavier's off in space. So,
hold on here. DC anime 2023 movies is better than Marvel anime. What a joke! Well, it's not anime.
This isn't anime.
For one, you gotta distinguish what it is, and two, have you seen the reviews for the leaked out Green Lantern? Like, Beware My Power, whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh, everybody! Oh,
it looks like shit. This is at least based like you could tell. This is definitely a Snyder bot, but anyway, I think that looks pretty cool. And then we got the villains here.
So I only know two of them. I know Mr. Sinister and Emma Frost. The other ones
and Sebastian Shaw. You knew Sebastian Shaw.
Oh, Sebastian Shaw. Yeah, Sebastian Shaw. Yeah. The other two,
and that's
I don't know.
Calypso, I believe.
And Val Cooper or something.
And then some.
Yeah, they did say Mr. Sinister is the main villain of the season, though.
So many Vals in the Marvel universe.
There's a lot of stuff there. I'm not too sure. I mean, there's like, I'm looking again.
Sentinels in there. Trask is also in here. Trask and Sentinels are in here as well.
Okay, so I mean, it looks pretty cool. You got Trask and Sentinels, not the big purple robots.
Yeah,
the big purple, the Celestials.
Big purple.
That was so. I mean, all right, cool. I'm excited for that one. I mean, there wasn't much here to talk about. And then
this I feel like was the big, like, X-Men 97 was what they saved for last, but Marvel Zombies, though, this was like the most surprising one because like everyone I felt like was kind of like whatever, because like a lot of people didn't like the What If episode. So
it was watered tone though. It was just
yeah. See, I don't know what you thought of the What If Marvel Zombies episode, Matt, in season 1, but I thought it was very tonally inconsistent. It was like trying to be too funny, but also too serious too.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
Like strike the right tone. But
I don't
this,
know.
However, I think looks a lot better.
Yeah, I have the logo up, but the slide isn't working. So it's going. That's why it's going in between. It gets stuck for some reason on the slide. So this slide works.
Okay.
This is like
cast of heroes.
So the thing is, the zombies episode of What If I really liked. I thought it was great. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was like probably my favorite one of. No, it wasn't my favorite one of the season. My favorite episode of the season was the one that ended with the cliffhanger of like Nick Fury working the deal with Loki. Just to see where that went.
What about the Doctor Strange episode?
The Doctor Strange one was good, but I mean, we did get to see a bit of conclusion of that with Multiverse of Madness, I thought, so that was pretty decent. The
great thing is this is TVMA.
Yeah, that is a big deal.
And Zeb Wells is a writer on it.
Yeah, I mean, this being TVMA is a huge detail we should not overlook. This is actually a game changer for Marvel. They have never, ever produced an R-rated or TVMA project before, and this is the very first one.
Well, I mean, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist.
I'm talking about Marvel Studios.
Marvel Television, though, but it was still under Marvel, so that's why.
I'm talking about like proper Marvel Studios.
Sure. But that was also because they didn't have Fox to our 20th Century Studios to produce to distribute through, so they have a bit more things there.
And they promise a lot of guts and violence.
Yeah. Moisture for $5, man. Thank you. Says, say what you will about Chapek. He's allowing what Iger didn't. R-rated content on Disney Plus. No. This shit predates Chapek, dude. This was always the plan.
Iger wanted to have Disney Plus and Hulu be a variety of content of all ratings.
And then ultimately to merge into one app.
Yeah.
Like eventually it was going to have the Hulu content migrate itself into Disney Plus because it's all part of the plan. I didn't grab
that's still happening?
Well, yeah, I do, because even today I saw an article. I didn't grab the headline for it because there's already a lot going on, but it was Disney Plus is looking to secure the streaming rights to Doctor Who.
Yeah, for the upcoming season of Gateway.
And so it's like that's pretty big, right? Because remember, they also spent a lot of money to put the Kardashians on Hulu, and Hulu isn't available in other countries. Right. So it's like, I think that's the whole combining factor of it, right? You get Star with connected into Disney Plus and other areas. So the idea ultimately is to merge everything into one app. So having the R-rated content for adults is going to be something people are interested in. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen here. But yeah, Chapek, like if he lets it keep going, then let it do it. But the problem with Chapek though is Chapek is more money minded than Iger was. Iger just made creative decisions. Chapek will be like, if it's not making money for the parks, then I don't care. You know, that's kind of the thing. Is like Chapek's here right now, but I don't think he should get the credit for it. That's my take. But anyway, looking at this, we've got from the left to the right, Yelena Belova. Is she voiced by Florence Pugh?
They did not announce any of the voice cast at the panel today.
I'm sure
so
we'll
we don't
know
who's
Disney Plus
returning.
Day or next year.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably at Disney Plus Day or D23 they'll confirm the voice
Yeah,
cast.
I mean, Kate Bishop, and then we get Jimmy Woo with Complete still doing the magic stuff, which is great.
Yeah, then Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi with what appears to be an infected arm.
Yep, he's like kind of turning into a zombie, but I think everyone predicted this, and everyone's guessed that the 10 rings are stopping him from fully turning. So
Yeah, and then you got Kamala Khan right there with what appears to be the other rings, or are those her bracers?
Those are her bracelet. Yeah.
Okay.
Bangle.
Bangle. Sorry. And then that's Death Dealer. Is that who it is?
Death Dealer from Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Okay. But he died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this, I mean, remember, this is Marvel Zombies, so it's like
it's a what if.
Yeah. So what if he's alive?
And then you got the Red Guardian there. I really hope David Harbour voices the character. I really do.
And then got Katie.
And then got Katie there. I know. Marvel's Katie.
Marvel's Katie.
So many toys. I'm kidding. Agent Josh here says TVMA, so sex scenes. Probably no sex scenes, but there's going to clearly be violence. That's what it's going to be.
Violence is the big. They sold the show as like you're going to get full zombie action. You're going to get blood and guts. So
I was really surprised when I saw the announcement today that it was going to be TVMA. I'm like, are you all fucking kidding me? Like, holy shit!
I'm not crazy surprised when you have Zeb Wells, who's a writer for Robot Chicken and Robot Chicken Star Wars and Super Mansion, like all of like that, crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Well, no, I do feel like they are kind of like, I mean, even Michael Waldron came over from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so did Jeff Loveness.
Yeah. So there's a fair amount. Okay. I was being sent the set photos of Madam. I don't care. Like I don't care about Madam Web until I see. Didn't it get delayed until like late 2023 or some shit like that?
It got delayed, I think, like July or something.
Oh, okay, yeah. The Eternals had a sex scene. That's right, it did. That's right, it did.
It did.
I hear it was so boring you just forgot it existed.
But why could Daredevil, the new Daredevil season, be TV? Whatever.
Now, Nerdy Mastermind here asks, I was telling my coworkers about all this MCU stuff, and they asked, do they really expect us to watch all this shit? It's too much. Do you guys think it's too much? No, because the seasons are short. Yeah. And it's not like you can go through, all of them pretty, like in a day.
Yeah, and also the thing about Marvel Zombies, X-Men 97, and all these things, you don't really need to watch them. So you can decide what you want to watch or not.
Yeah, basically. I think there's enough there to watch, and you can take your time with it. So it's all good. Moisture here says, do you think this means Daredevil will be TVMA? I do think it will be TVMA.
I don't think so.
Look, man, they just put Logan, Deadpool, and Deadpool 2 on Disney Plus.
I think it's set stuff for Deadpool, but I don't know.
That's why. Well, I think the big announcement tomorrow is Deadpool 3. I think that's the big announcement tomorrow.
I agree 100%.
Because otherwise they're going to say, if they're saving all the big announcements for D23, like the new stuff.
Yeah.
Then it would make sense because we already know Deadpool 3 is a thing.
Feels like a Comic-Con announcement too.
Well, who was I think Tim Miller was at a thing today.
Yeah,
right?
he's at that director's panel with Chad Stahelski and Andrew Stanton.
Yeah, and there was he actually talked about Terminator Dark Fate and admitted he was wrong. I have the article up, but I'll save it for like tomorrow or something because I want to read it. But he'd also talked about how like important it was for the Deadpool footage in 2015 and like how Hall H demanded to watch it again because that trailer was awesome. I was in the room, like that trailer was great. And of course he wanted to see it again. Like, you kidding me? When they showed us there was a Grindhouse panel back in 2006 with Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino, and they showed us the trailer for it, and everyone was like, "Holy fucking shit, dude!" And we all wanted to watch it again. And Tarantino's like, "Oh, you want to watch it again?" And everyone's like, "Yeah." And he shut it down. He's like, "No, don't play it again. Go see the movie next year."
Wow.
Why would you do that, man? Like, your audience is saying, like, play it again, encore, motherfucker. And it's just like, no, I'm good. I don't want to do it. Tarantino is fucking weird sometimes. Anyway, here you've got a screenshot of a bunch of the surviving Black Widows that have been making their way through the wasteland and everything else. And that's going to be cool to see. So I'm excited to see what they got. I mean, we didn't get much out of character development with them in Black Widow, so I don't really have a connection to them.
More, but
yeah. But what's really cool though is I kind of get like a Walking Dead vibe off of this. To be fair,
yeah,
like I get like a weird Walking Dead vibe, but that's totally fine with me. And then you got this shot here of a bunch of Skrulls just kind of hanging out in like a dilapidated gas station, which I don't know why. I just kind of feel like this is a shot from like the Fallout TV show. And I'm like, well, I better go in there and clear it out. There's a quest objective, like super mutants are protecting this old hard drive we need at a gas station out there in the wasteland. Okay. But again, I'm cool with that for the Skrull game. It's going to be a lot of fun.
What about the trademarks for the Marvel stuff today?
I'm not going to deal with the trademark. I don't have any of that situated right now, and I don't really feel like diving into it. Because that's we've already been on for like 2.5 hours, and then we got this shot here of the villains.
Well, we have one villain list in here. Where the funny thing is that no one posted a picture of Okoye with them.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I figured this. Yeah, I couldn't find anything.
Yeah, no one posted it.
No, everyone missed the part where Okoye was in the middle.
What does that tell you about like how people give a fuck about Okoye, right? It's like,
or you could argue it's also about the rush to get there first. They don't wait for like.
Well, yeah, there's that too.
And I'm sure you can find it on Twitter. You just have to go deep dive.
I just so fucking weird though. It's like, yeah, I thought you'd be able to see that shit.
But Okoye wasn't a zombie at the end of the episode, so I guess she got zombified at some point.
Well, I don't think this is connected to that one. This is a different.
No, they did. They said it continues right where that left off.
Oh, then why is Wanda still alive? Then what the heck?
I don't know. Dude, it's the same animation style. There's no way it's not connected to that episode. I mean, literally, they talked about like coming spinning. They said it spins off right from that episode. So, and look at Zombie Cap. He's cut in half, just like in the What If episode.
Yeah. Zombie Captain Marvel is going to be interesting. Zombie Abomination is going to be fun. Zombie Clint Barton. Zombie Ghost ought to be interesting.
That's basically Zombie Abomination is basically like the Blob during when he was eating everyone.
Yeah. That's. I mean, I might watch that episode tonight before going to bed. It's short. It's short enough to go and sit down and watch it. It's definitely. I like the What If episode of the zombies. I thought that was a lot of fun. I think What If was a lot of fun too. I think it had a good setup for the ending, to kind of like how it set up an arc where the last couple episodes
I thought was really strong.
Well, and I think the Captain Carter episode was really good too. I do. But that's all we got for this. This episode of the show. There was a super chat that I missed there.
It's so weird how we got no one took pictures during the What If trailer, but everyone took pictures during everything else.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's so odd.
Maybe but anyway, Reed for $6, thanks buddy, says no worries, can we check out that Ghost Files clip after the stream? No, it's almost midnight, man. I just like, it's again, I get so many copyright claims, like BuzzFeed is not what I want to fuck with. I just, I gotta just find time to do an after dark stream, or after dark stream, but we'll set it up soon. I promise. I know I've been slacking on it. I'm sorry. There's just been a lot going on. What did I get? I forgot the Zombie Eternal. Is that what it was? Is that what that was? Zombie Eternal?
Icarus is like a half.
Oh
zombie.
Yeah, and Icarus. Yeah,
Icarus and the Eternals will be in this too.
Zombie.
Wait, did I fuck up that? I must have done this so fast. I forgot the image.
I sent it, but
I was trying. For me, what it was is like trying to get the it was trying to get all the fucking Spider-Man freshman year photos. So that was my thing. Let me see if I got if I should have it.
And Eric Voss posted the Okoye one too. So
okay. There we go. This is here's Icarus. Here's Icarus.
He's like half zombie. But again though, isn't he an android? So he's not really
a biological android. Someone explained it to me, so he can still be a zombie.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. Why not? You know what? Why not? We'll just we'll just have some fun. There we go. Okay. All right. Yeah. Eric Voss, new rock stars. I shit on them all the time, but you got to give it up to Eric Voss for actually being able to get the thing. There we go.
They're actually good quality too.
Well, this is really good quality.
I just can't with all the people who bring these fucking these massive powerful cameras to Comic-Con, everyone still just pulls out their fucking phone.
Yeah,
and it's like,
well, listen, phones are getting better with cameras too. I mean, I got an iPhone 13 Pro Max, and that camera is gorgeous.
Oh no, the camera's gorgeous, but still, low light photography is still very difficult for these cameras, even with the processors. So, I mean, one of the reasons why the cameras on the phones do as well as they do is because of the image processing. It's like the algorithm that they've been able to make for those cameras do wonderful jobs. But yeah, I mean, either way, I'm hoping somebody is streaming from inside Hall H tomorrow, but I don't think they'll be able to.
I don't think so. I mean, even the animation panel, I had to go to a live blog. It was a great live blog, but still, nobody was actually streaming inside there.
Well, part of the problem though with that is what you've got is the lack of cell service that you're able to get inside there. Like you might be able to send out some tweets or like log in to be able to do something, but video streaming is just. They also tell you not to stream. They'll tell you don't stream, and you're like, dude, fuck off, man. Like, just tell them, just let them, just do it. So, anyway, let's see. New Rockstars is awesome. I mean, I think they're a little clicky at times, although their new thumbnail design is very meme worthy. I'll say that.
Oh yeah, it is. Does he know?
Yeah, does he? That's a great one. Avatar: The Last Airbender movie announcement. You're excited for it?
Yeah.
I've never watched it. I've never watched it. I have no emotional connection to it.
Oh my god!
But I'm happy for you. What? I mean, well, okay. I've seen the movie.
I'm really excited.
I saw the movie.
No.
Right?
Just go back.
The movie.
Let's go back to saying nothing now.
The movie was okay.
No, go back to saying nothing.
Okay.
It was God, man. What was it? Dev Patel did a great job.
Go back to saying nothing.
And as what was he? The Fire Nation? What was his name?
Please go back to saying
God,
nothing.
and what about it was it Aang or Ung? How'd they pronounce it? Which one was it? It was Ung, wasn't it? They pronounced it Ung.
Please go back to saying
right.
nothing.
No, I'm just asking. It's like because that's like the traditional pronunciation of it. It's it was bastardized by the West, but it was traditionally I was watching interviews with M. Night Shyamalan. He was like all up in the lore, man. Knew what he was doing. Best movie of 2010 was Last Airbender. $70 million opening weekend. That was pretty big for 2010.
It's one of the worst movies ever made. All right.
I watched.
Now I hope Henry Cavill and Zack Snyder walk out on stage tomorrow so you get rocks pelted at you.
Oh my gosh.
Tomorrow's the big day, Matt. You ready before we sign off?
I know, man. So let me talk about my predictions for tomorrow. All right.
Yeah, real quick. Go through that.
I'll bring up my predictions for tomorrow. And yes, I was trolling. Reed, I'm usually trolling.
Are you gonna predict just DC? Or are you gonna predict Marvel too?
Okay. So for Marvel, man, like that's gonna be a bit of a tougher one because like obviously anything could happen. Like I don't think it's gonna be as big as like a lot of us are
for sure. Black Panther 2 and She-Hulk trailers.
Yeah. Well, and like, what is anything else coming this year for Marvel? Or is that the rest of it?
The rest of the year is Black Panther 2, She-Hulk, Werewolf by Night.
Okay, so like, hopefully we'll get something for Werewolf by Night because it's Michael Giacchino's directorial debut, and I want to see it.
Right.
So I want to see what they do with that.
Well, he never directed anything. Wow.
No, that was
short films.
He's done short films. Yeah, this is his first bigger project. Plus, Giacchino is like probably my favorite composer outside of John Williams. So. I think that man for the Cloverfield Overture all the time. So I think with Marvel, we'll start with that one. I think with Marvel, we'll get again Black Panther, She-Hulk. Maybe like I think the Deadpool announcement.
I think Deadpool's almost like a lock. To be
I
honest,
think Deadpool's.
I'd be shocked if Deadpool didn't show up.
Mahershala Ali, I think, will be there talking about Blade because they're in production for Blade right now. I don't know where.
No, they delayed till October.
Okay. Oh, they did? I thought they were shooting.
Yeah, they were gonna shoot this month, but they delayed till October.
Okay, so then I really think he's going to be there to talk about shooting the movie, maybe show off some concept art or whatever. And
Concept art would be dope.
I want to see concept art. Maybe get some casting on that would be kind of cool. I think they might do an announcement. I don't think Fantastic Four, but they might do some smaller stuff, like maybe some smaller TV shows or something, or something along those lines. I don't know, because their panel is like an hour and a half, right? It's like
Marvel's panel is just 1 hour.
It's only from 5 till 6.
It's from 5:30. It's from 5 o'clock to 6:30.
So so an hour and a half.
An hour and a half. Yeah.
And then Kevin Smith is on at 7. So yeah.
But I think DC's is only an hour.
DC's only an hour because they're only bringing 2 movies. They're not even bringing DC League of Super Pets.
Nope.
Which is super weird because it opens next week.
Yeah.
Like
there are some rumors, just rumors going around. They may show up Blue Beetle tomorrow.
Well,
maybe.
Zolo is there right now.
Yeah, so I think Blue Beetle will probably be there tomorrow.
Yeah,
unfinished or
no? Well, they wrap production. They
just
wrap
production.
Yeah, like last week or something like that. And he's at Comic-Con right now. He was posting about it on his Instagram today. I took a look through the DC League subreddit. So you get a lot of that. You get a lot of that kind of stuff there.
I think for sure, like I said, Black Panther 2, She-Hulk, probably Deadpool 3. That'll be a big surprise. In terms of other things, I mean, maybe another Disney Plus show announcement, maybe some Secret Invasion or the Marvels.
Oh yeah. What's going on with the Wakanda Forever show, right, or whatever it's called?
The Dora Milaje show.
The Dora Milaje. They might give us something with that.
Yeah.
DC. I mean, I don't know. DC's like the wild card. I feel.
Yeah,
like.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Hard to predict.
Like I'm excited.
It's for sure Black Adam stuff, like stills and like probably more like plot details with and then Shazam 2 teaser.
I think we're getting a full trailer for Shazam 2. The movie's been done for a long time. It's been done for a long time.
I think we're getting new trailers tomorrow for both. They're
gonna. I'm hoping. What I'm hoping is we get a story trailer for Black Adam. Because I really feel like, I know we always argue over this, but I really feel it's like, look, the character is not known to the general public. And that is a character that The Rock has to sell. Now, and I'll just tell you this. So I was going to do a TikTok about this today, but I got distracted. I was at Walmart and I'm looking through their DVDs and they have the Dwayne Johnson collection. Right. And I'm like, oh, I wonder what movies are here. And I look at it and it's, what was it? It was Pain and Gain. It was G.I. Joe Retaliation. And it was like 2 other ones that just were like not very good. Right. And the guy there I know who works in electronics was walking by as I was looking at that. And I'm like, I was kind of laughing at it. And he just goes, a couple of years ago, we had an entire section dedicated to Dwayne Johnson. Like we had an entire like little section full of his movies and everything else. Wow. But I'm like, if this is your Dwayne Johnson collection of like his lower tier movies, you have to kind of look at that, I think, as just like, this is what the general audience is going to know him for. Well, they might know who he is. That electrifying persona doesn't always translate over to these movies. That being said, if he can come out tomorrow and they'll rock it, I have a feeling they'll put on a very interesting presentation. I'm going to message my friend who's there right now, and I'm going to ask her to get like some video footage of the display, because they're going to have I guarantee you they're going to do a nice display. I'll ask her to get that so I can maybe get some pictures in the morning. I'll have her text them to me or something like that. And then I'll offer to buy her a burrito the next time I see her. But I think, we'll get Black Panther, Black Adam. We'll see that. The cast will come out, and we'll get to know more about them, and then they'll give us a story trailer at some point.
Maybe even like an official JSA spinoff announcement.
Maybe. You know,
Because I know
I
that,
think
like,
I
Before the
think
movie come, are they gonna do that?
yeah, they usually like. I mean, Black Panther 2 has a spin-off of characters that we don't really know yet.
yeah. Well, they're also I mean they're also building up JSA. So
yeah,
I guess.
Hold on here. That dude Vince for $2 says you should update your Amazon wish list. Well, when you say it like that, buddy, abso-fucking-lutely. Let me go and look through. But thank you. But yeah, I think they might do JSA thing. Give us a tease on that. But then again, who would the JSA fight? What would be their big bad?
It would probably be or ISA.
Well,
What's the ISA?
Well, no, Sabak is the Black Adam villain, so they're not going to do Sabak again for the JSA movie or show. It's probably most likely a movie, so probably ISA or like something like that. Like
I was Jay Garrick was in a movie. I don't know why.
Well, okay, so here's a reason why I think they might announce like either Black Adam 2 or JSA or something along those lines, because they're going to want to build hype. Again, it's that concept of like building hype for something before it comes out. Like, oh, okay, if they're working on another one, then it's easier for the general audience to then go, okay, we're going to get more down the road. I feel more comfortable spending my money to go and see this.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, do I think we're going to get a Henry Cavill thing? That would be cool, but I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be in person. I just don't. If it's anything, it's going to be virtual. And I say that not because he was supposedly filming today in the UK. What I think though is because look, this is The Rock's show, right? This is The Rock. Not the first time he's been at Comic-Con.
Also, he has to convince everybody like Black Adam is the premier event. You got to care about this.
Yeah, he's got to care. So that's got to be him who sells it. Like that's the whole thing. It's like when you think of The Rock, you don't think of his co-stars generally speaking. Like people weren't going to go see fucking Jungle Cruise for Emily Blunt. She was good in the role, but it's like still, right? Or Jesse Plemons as the bad guy, who I like, but that was a terrible character. And
such an odd character for him.
It was what?
Such an odd character for him.
It was as like a German prince or whatever,
Yeah.
Very weird.
Most likely part of the in group.
Yeah, kind of. You can say Nazis. It's okay.
You can?
I don't care. No, I mean this. Look, you guys understand how much I say a lot of shit, dude. Almost all my streams end up getting demonetized because of the shit that I say, which is why I more or less live off of the super chats you guys provide. Again, that's not a guilt thing. That's just reality. But I feel like in this particular case, what we're gonna get is look, the standard fare for these situations is they'll do a little intro, right? They'll be like, now introducing the most, fuck it. He's going to come out and do the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change. That's going to be said at least 3 times tomorrow. Right.
Definitely.
But they're going to start with that, right?
The most electrifying man of entertainment.
Yeah. No, they're going to say that. They're going to say that. And he's going to come out and he's going to, the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change. And then like, there's going to be a whole bunch of like,
he's going to come out to his rap song.
Probably not, but I guarantee you there's going to be like lightning bolts everywhere, and there's going to be a lot of like, no, I'm not making this up.
He's going to come out like a t-shirt launcher, shoot some t-shirts in the crowd.
I don't know what's going to happen, but it's like, but
if Henry Cavill shows up, Matt.
No, it's not. It's just, I mean, okay. I mean, on a realistic level, do you think that Cavill is going to show up?
Yes.
You really think Cavill's going to show up?
I think he will, yeah.
Why do you think that? I'm curious.
I think that there's just a bit too much smoke, and when there's too much smoke, there's fire.
But where's the smoke coming from?
I think it's the Deadline thing. I can't see an outlet like Deadline throwing that in if they really didn't think there was some kind of buzz.
Well, I mean, Deadline has Deadline been right before?
Deadline's one of the most respectable trades in the business.
Well, I don't know if I call it respectable. A lot of people out there really seem to hate it. A lot of people, well, I should say, because of the way it's Deadline's business practices that people out there really hate. Like if a scoop gets broken by somebody else, they won't credit. But they just said, I mean, look, there's been no other outlet has reported that Henry Cavill might be showing up, right? Like no other outlet has talked about it.
Well, it doesn't show up physically.
Deadline has
video.
like the thing is, like, it's on Deadline and Justin Kroll. They did get the whole Chris Evans is returning thing wrong, and then like for like a while, Justin Kroll didn't write a single Disney exclusive until like recently. So
that doesn't mean that they got it wrong though.
No, you can tell the trend of when a writer gets something wrong for a certain studio, they don't write an exclusive for that studio for a long time until they have an actual vetted exclusive.
We're talking about the Chris Evans returning to Marvel Studios.
Well, so it's all it says here. I'm looking up. So the articles are written by Lynette Rice and Anthony D'Alessandro, right? And all they say here is there's also buzz that Henry Cavill will put in a surprise appearance to talk up more Superman. That doesn't mean in person, just surprise.
No,
appearance.
I know, but he could still. You never know. Even if he shows up just on the video screen, that still is a big win.
Now, I agree with you, but I agree with you on that.
To announce,
will it be bigger than Ryan Reynolds?
No.
So it's not going to be bigger than Ryan Reynolds. Damn.
Marvel will still roll over DC tomorrow.
Like Cavill's like the only thing they could bring out that would even make like any kind of traction.
A chance of anything.
And that's not a knock against what like they could have. I think they're gonna have an awesome presentation tomorrow. I think it's gonna be a great presentation. I'm just saying when it comes to like the headlines, Marvel's gonna win.
Yeah.
Unless they got Cavill, and that's just me being 100% honest.
Well, I'm looking to see if so. I looked on the Twitters for the people who wrote that, Lynette Rice and Anthony. And Anthony hasn't tweeted anything since like 11 days now. So, but Lynette, let's see what she has said.
By The Rock. He's been kidnapped by The Rock.
I just saw something.
What?
Hold on. Breaking news. I clicked on Twitter trending. It popped up for just a second. And I swear to God, I'm not making this up. It said Shazam new trailer today in the Twitter ad space thing. Right there. It was there for a split second. And I clicked on it and it went away. Clicked on it, went away.
Well, no, they are definitely.
I see it. I see it. Oh my God, I'm gonna share mine.
Yeah, because I like a trailer gift thing.
Oh my God, wait, share mine.
Hold on. Okay, hold on.
Holy.
Oh.
Yeah, I see it too. Yeah.
Oh, that's new.
Wow.
Yeah, that like it's like Twitter was like fighting for me to like get to see it.
Well, I think that just means that
it's confirmed though. We're getting a trailer today.
Oh yeah. Well, good. I really want to see what
cool.
That looks good. That looks good.
I like the way that he's flying. That looks great.
The kids are going to be good. Bringing in the family's nice.
I'm excited, man.
You think the Avatar is going to sweep this movie?
Yes.
Listen, this trailer.
Come the fuck on, Anthony. What the fuck, dude?
No, it's playing during. Listen though, it is playing during Christmas though. People go see multiple movies during Christmas, so
yeah.
You sure about that?
I think it'll be fine. But this trailer needs to come out hot. It's got to come out hot.
Is it trend on Twitter? Did the new Shazam?
No, this is a promoted by Shazam movie. They paid for this ad. They want this to be on the top of your Twitter feed this morning.
Yeah, and I see Fandom Menace L's just posted about it.
Or would it be number one trending too long?
I don't know. Wouldn't it be funny if Shazam trends more than Black Adam tomorrow?
Well, no, it wouldn't be funny, and what I mean by that is like it wouldn't be. I wouldn't be surprised, right? Oh my God, fucking Soups posted an image of posted a picture of Cavill, and just says less than 24 hours.
Oh my God, why are they setting themselves up like this?
I think it's like because they don't know what to expect, right? He's running this gamut, dude. I saw this like. What was it? Warner Brothers, somewhere, one of their Latin channels, whatever it is, had like done like this candle gift sort of thing.
Oh, like summoning Cavill,
Cavill, and then Soups did the exact same thing.
Dude, like people really want it. This, like, I understand. I want to see it happen too. I don't know. I really hope it happens for everybody because I understand it's gonna be very heartbreaking if it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And it's not even like me like just trying to like keep the peace. I'm just being genuinely serious. It is going to break a lot of people's hearts if he's not there.
If it doesn't, they say he's a walking out.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. I think to a lot of people, if Cavill doesn't make an appearance,
The whole thing was for nothing.
the whole thing. Well, it's really gonna like upset a lot of people, and
it's gonna like suck the energy out of the room.
Not in Hall H.
Well, not in Hall H, but I mean like the conversation's gonna suck the energy out of it.
It's gonna suck the energy out of the room until Marvel a couple hours later. Really, that's all it is. Because it's like, oh, okay, well, it was a standard. Do you know how many fucking times I've been in Hall H and a panel ends and we just go, that was it? Like, that was it? Oh, okay. A lot. Because you go in, you get these preconceived ideas of what's going to be there. And then like you're in the room and it's like, you're there. And then it's over and you're like, that was it? Oh, okay. What's next? I'm not even making that up. I'm not even being facetious. Like literally, because
I'm sure.
When I would go in, we would go in the morning. We'd get there first, like 9 a.m. We'd walk in the room. There's excitement in the room for that first hour. There's a lot of excitement in that room. Everyone's kind of getting antsy. You're getting your seat. You're getting situated. You're getting your grub on. You're just kind of like settling in for the day. They get to the first panel. You're like, all right, we got like 4 or 5 more panels to go. We're going to be here all day. And then you get about the 3 p.m. You get about a 3 p.m. little lull. A lot of people try to take naps during that time. Yeah. A lot of people will pass out some of like the mid-tier panels and shit. And then of course you get to like your top tier panels. And then everyone then you have the energy kind of ramps back up again. But if one panel fails to excite and if it fails to really kind of knock it out of the park, it doesn't really matter because there's something else coming. Like today, the Walking Dead panel, with that announcement of a 6-episode limited series that's going to be ending the Rick Grimes and Michonne. Yeah. That was the thing is that's a pretty big deal. And the thing is though,
Crowd H.L. loved it.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing though, is the Walking Dead panel has always been a staple, like a very, very, very well-beloved staple of Hall H.
It's got a history.
And the reason why is because they'll come out and they show the trailer for the new season, but then they bring the cast out and like the cast, they love each other. They have so much fun with each other. They talk about their little in-jokes, like the Norman Reedus and Andrew Lincoln play pranks on each other all the time. They'll bring video footage of that. They're just having a great old time talking about working on this show. And that camaraderie travels over to the audience. And that is ultimately what The Rock should be trying to do for tomorrow, is he should look at something like, don't try to recreate Kevin Feige. Don't try to recreate the wheel on that one. Because Feige, again, has a very storied history there. A lot of revelations, a lot of big moments.
And Warner Brothers has put on great Hall H presentations too. They've done
but
really good at
they have, but it hasn't always been for DC though. Now, I will say though that back in 2015 or 2016, when we got the trailer, that teaser for Justice League, that was big, right? And then of course, even the year before that, when we got the Suicide Squad trailer.
The Suicide Squad and BVS trailers in 2015 were fucking crazy.
They were great.
They were amazing trailers.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Rational asks, what if they confirm Henry Cavill's back, but he say he can't be there today?
No way.
They wouldn't waste it on that. They wouldn't waste it on that.
No, they would not waste the announcement.
They would have him there if they're going to announce.
They
would have him in person.
He has to be there in some capacity.
Yeah, Nihilus here says, I hope Snyder restores the Sucker Punch universe. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, McLeoder says, no matter what, the Snyder Simps are going to be petty and bitter, like Shatner, regardless of whatever comes out of the DC panel. Also, did you hear about the announcement of the Gremlin show? I mean, I didn't. I saw the key art from the Mowgli show.
The original actor, the kid. What was his name? He's going to be in that.
Really, Daniel's going to be in it.
Yeah, Daniel's going to be in it.
I'm cool with that, man. As for like the Shatner thing, did you guys? I did have the screenshots, but I totally fucked up on that. Shatner had said that Gene Roddenberry would be rolling over in his grave.
When did you say that?
Today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or yesterday. Yeah, I think it was today or yesterday or whatever. But like they were talking to him about current Star Trek, and he's all like, Gene would be rolling over in his grave.
Ouch.
And people are, McLeod is kind of upset at that. But I think the thing is though, is it's a yes and no situation, right? Like Gene's been dead for a long time. So the direction he would have taken Star Trek is probably not the direction where it's at right now. That doesn't mean necessarily that he would have hated it, but it is fundamentally different because he's not the person directly behind it. I think I haven't watched Discovery and whatever, but it's like, or I tried watching Picard, but it was not very good.
I heard it got better.
I've heard I've heard better, worse, whatever. It's just whatever. But it's like, again, that's kind of the whole thing, is where these shows will live on past their creators, right? Like eventually George Lucas will die. And even though he sold off Star Wars, he won't be there to give his thoughts on it anymore. But even then he sold it off. So he was kind of done with it anyway. Like eventually these creators that we love are going to die, but their properties are going to live on because that's how Hollywood just sees itself. And so, again, if anyone would look, Shatner has known Gene for like 30 years before he died. Shatner would have a better core understanding of the man and a better idea of who the man is than any one of us would or ever will. He's got primary firsthand experience through the trials and tribulations of getting Star Trek off the ground and everything else that came in between. He would have a better understanding. So if Shatner says he would be rolling over in his grave, I'm going to take his word for it because the man has got the firsthand. I may not like it, but I'm going to take his word for it. And then I'm going to look at the overall situation and go, yeah, it's different because of that. It's the same thing with Tolkien, right? Motherfucking Tolkien's been dead
for a while,
a long time, like 50 years almost, I think, right? Or he's been gone for a while. I forget when Tolkien passed away, but it's like he's been gone for a while. He can't write these works, but people want to see more from them. So what do you want? They can't just keep, adapting the same thing over and over and over again. So they're going to find new ways to try to make it work and fit in. And they're going to use buzzwords like, canon and honoring that, and Tolkien would like it and whatever, dude. Storytellers are going to find ways to do it. You may not always like the route that they take with it, but it's like, I think they still try to have the best of intentions. The problem though, is that people do get cynical, according to Religus here, Gene hated Deep Space Nine.
Did he? Cause I love Deep Space Nine.
I never cared for Deep Space Nine. Datude Vince says even TNG got better after Roddenberry lost control.
It actually did, because Roddenberry was a little control obsessive.
Yeah,
he didn't let that show be what it needed to be.
Exactly. And sometimes that can happen because guess what? You get too close to the source material. And he's probably already angry and bitter after what happened with fucking the original series and how that shit all went tits up at CBS. Anyway, sorry, Command Unit, we're not watching anything tonight. Just because I'm going to go to bed here in a second, but
I'll watch it privately as I go to sleep.
Yeah, I can watch it privately and go to bed. Yeah, but I'm gonna go to bed. So not tonight, but we can check it out later. You just came in at the very end of a 3-hour stream. Moisture for 5 bones. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Says, even Lucas spoke out against The Force Awakens, but most people still love it. Yeah, because I think he spoke out because he was under the impression that Iger was going to adapt his stories. But even his stories about the midichlorians on a subatomic level were just kind of like, what? Right? Like the core concept of what I knew of what I remember reading about those scripts did not make me want to see it. You know what I mean? And I think The Force Awakens sets up something great. I do. But it's the next two movies.
Well, it deflates that original film though, because you realize legend nothing.
Yeah, no, to me, I can still look at The Force Awakens and be happy with what I saw.
I wish I felt the same way. I can't anymore.
I 100% still can.
Yeah, I love The Force Awakens.
I unequivocally love that fucking movie. So
yeah, that movie sets up so much great stuff, and then like you just said, it fall flats in the next two movies.
Yeah, Jess here says, I think most companies will be good if the companies stop using the word diversity and stop giving them fire. Here's the thing with that, you're not wrong. And I'm not saying don't be inclusive and be diverse. Stop fucking talking about it. All right. Representation matters. Absolutely.
Don't talk about it.
Just do it. Yeah. Right. Just do it. Because if you do it and you don't make it a big deal, then you don't give the idiots fuel for their fire. right? You don't give them that nonsense to fall back on. You just go, yeah, we got this character here. All right. But the problem though is that what happens is like, look at the whole Lando Calrissian pansexual thing, right? Like someone asked, I think it was like a Mary Sue interview or some interview had asked Lawrence Kasdan and Jake Kasdan about that. And Jake Kasdan was trying to be like inclusive of the wording of the time, right? Which he's like, oh yeah, Lando is like clearly pansexual. People lost their shit, but it's like, it means he'll literally he'll fuck anything. And if you watch the movie, he fucks anything, right? Especially a robot. Here's the funny thing. Peter Quill, pansexual.
Yeah, which makes
right?
sense. When we first meet him in
Guardians, when we first meet him in Guardians, he talks about like
the different
hookups.
Yeah, because he literally hooks up with like all these aliens. Like, you don't know what the hell you're sticking your dick into.
That's the thing. That's the thing. So it's like, again, the concept of pan, it frightened people. But if they would have been like, you know what, it is what it is. It's like the conversation with Will over Stranger Things, right? Yeah. Over like that whole thing. It's like that scene in the van, and he's like, yeah, Will is gay and he's in love with Mike. And I'm like, that's poor storytelling in my opinion. I think they should have left it more ambiguous. Or actually, now look, it could tie into something with season 5 where they actually make it matter. But it's already like, the way I look at it is we've already got a gay storyline in the show that's a positive representation of that, and someone who's closeted but being supported and is actively looking for love, and it's not being treated as anything that's weird. Whereas the Will thing is heavily being treated like it's an outcast situation. And I'm just like, I just feel like the approach to that is very muddy, It's just I've had complaints with how that's been portrayed. Whereas I think the Robin storyline is pretty great, but maybe that's just how they designed the character. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I mean, like,
we'll see in season 5, or
we'll see. I'm really hoping they like make it count. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really hoping they make it count, because the thing is though, is that you get all this discourse around a storyline, and if the storyline, when do you think
they'll announce the spinoff?
I'm probably like this year. I think after, I think they said that this
next year's Netflix Geeked.
Yeah, or To Dumb. No, they're doing To Dumb, I think.
Oh, right, they're
soon.
doing To Dumb later this fall too.
Yeah,
so maybe
we'll get some more out of that. But yeah,
Hey,
anyway,
if Jessica Alba's in Secret Wars, it'll be less Caucasian, because according to her, it's the MCU movies are still too much Caucasian.
I saw that. I saw that. I was laughing.
I don't know Jessica, but
I was laughing at that a little bit. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Jessica Alba, but it's like, it's like,
look at her character.
Love you, girl, but
come on, no.
They've definitely done a lot with they've done a lot with diversity in the MCU. Do they have more? Do they have further they could go with it? Sure, absolutely, right? Like today they had Amanda Stenberg, whatever they were cast. Is she non-binary? I don't even know.
They're like non-binary, but they go by she, they.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. So she got cast. That's so confusing.
Oh yeah, they cast the first. It's gonna be the first non-binary actor to like.
First non-binary person of color acting in a Star Wars movie. When you start like restricting the Star Wars show, thank you. But when you start restricting the labeling back down to that, doesn't it just get a little bit weird? It's like, but everyone is looking for that mantle to hang on to, and it's like I don't care about Amanda's identity. I don't care if she, they, gay, straight, non-binary. I'm fine with all of it. But for me, it's like, focus on being you're an actor. Your job as an actor is to be someone else. Your job as an actor is to portray someone else, to be convincing in your job, to sell me on the character you are portraying. That's an actor. Too many times these days, people are trying to, this is why I think character actors are going the way of the fucking dodo. because all these they don't want these actors to be actors anymore. They want them to be fucking influencers, right? They want them to be like these, they just want all these actors to do all this shit. And it's like, let them act, like, look, if Chris Pratt is a conservative, I don't care. You know what I mean?
I don't either.
It's like Tom Cruise is a Scientologist. We watch fucking Tom Cruise movies with a passion. And we know that that's a cult. But we also go, we're fine with that because he's an actor and he's doing his job.
And
so
he doesn't entertain us.
Exactly.
Well, the thing about Tom Cruise is that he respects our money and our time. Like, he knows every time Tom Cruise makes a movie, his mission is, I want to deliver an experience for the audience. It's always audience. Because he knows that that's the number one goal, to entertain people. And he's a master at that.
Yeah. He also knows that, that we like to see him go to the extreme.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Dat Dude Vince here says, I'm a big fan of Frasier / Kelsey Grammer, and he's a Republican. Yeah, exactly. I like Kelsey Grammer too. I think he's had some weird takes, It's like, I like Adam Baldwin. Adam Baldwin is a hardcore conservative, but it's like, I like his movies. I like him as an actor. You can separate it. It's fine. But the thing is that everyone nowadays is they just want that attention, man. They just want to have that attention, and it's like, look, I get it. Everyone is seeking validation. Everybody's trying to find their tribe. The thing is, what pisses me off is you have like the media who has to run with that bullshit because they know that it gets clicks. They do. They know that it gets clicks. And I'm not to say like, don't express yourself or be who you want to be or whatever. But it's like, look at the discourse surrounding Ezra Miller right now, good or bad. Everyone gets hung up on the pronouns. What does Ezra go by? They, them, but also he, him, depending on an article you might read from 2 years ago. But is it current? I don't know, but does it really matter considering what we're discussing are potential crimes? So it's so confusing. It causes this, like, your brain to stop and go, wait, shit. Am I saying that correctly? Please don't cancel me. I'm not trying to be bigoted. I just don't know. And that's the biggest problem. It's confusing to a lot of people, not to say that it won't be accepted one day, or it should be. Look, acknowledge pronouns. That's perfectly fine. I try to do it as much as I can because I know people just want to be respected, and that's great. But I also, like, my take on it is just maybe I'm getting my boomer age. It's just like, how about you just do the job you're paid to fucking do? And I'm not saying like, don't have your activism, but like, don't make it everything you do, because then that's all I'm going to see. And then that's all I'm going to think about when I'm watching your movie. And I'm not going to be getting the nuance of your performance because it's like, it's like, okay, like going back to Tom Cruise. If Tom Cruise is out there constantly preaching Scientology, he would lose the audience.
Oh yeah, and he knows that.
Yeah, so he doesn't, and again, you're right. He respects people's time and their money, and he respects that and wants to produce the highest quality product that he can.
You also don't see Michael Pena also spouting out Scientology.
Yeah,
bullshit.
or
Elizabeth Scientologist.
Hardcore, yeah,
hardcore.
Hardcore. Elizabeth Moss is another one. And she's a bit more. Well, she talked a little bit recently about Scientology, and there was a lot of backlash to that.
Yeah, she was like, "It's the greatest thing ever that I've ever been part of."
Yeah.
Like, okay.
So, I mean, look, even Moisture here says, I like Tim Allen, even if I don't agree with his politics. The thing is, though, Tim Allen knows how to roll with it, right? Like, people were giving him shit a couple of years ago over Last Man Standing because he plays a conservative version. He plays a conservative character in the show, and he's living with a whole bunch of liberals, right? And like his daughters are all liberal, and he's a conservative and everything else. That's kind of the haha dynamic. But he goes, people are always upset about this, but our showrunner is as liberal as they come. And he's like, we make fun of everybody, right? There's an episode where like the neighbor moves in and it's a black family. And then, so like that's the subject of race comes up, and basically like him and Tim Allen start like throwing like racial jabs at each other, but they're doing it like they're friends, like they're brothers. And so like you're watching it and it's one of the funniest goddamn things in that show, but it's also like, oh, this could go so bad so quick. But they really presented it in a way where you're like, okay, I get what they're trying to do. And then that actor, became like a mainstay on the show down the road, was in like a bunch of episodes and involved in a bunch of storylines, you know, and always presented in a positive light and always presented as being one of the family. So it's like you can talk about these things and engage with them in a way that can, I think, speak to like middle America. But a lot of the problem is like, you know, you get your over the top crazies like Roseanne, over the top crazy.
Right.
You know, and then you get your over the top crazy like left winger, which I don't like them either. You know, I roll my fucking eyes. I like Patton Oswalt, but I roll my eyes at half his fucking tweets. You know, it's like, dude, like slow your roll and shit. All right. Like you're funny, but like, you know, whatever. But then again, they have the right to say what they want to say. And, you know, I think Jessica Alba, going back to that point, I get what she's saying, but I think she's also not really paying much attention.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was just like, I looked at him like, I looked at the quote, I'm like, that's funny.
One of the She-Hulk's cast responded to that Jessica Alba thing.
Someone did in She-Hulk?
Yeah, the girl who's played
Ginger? Did Ginger? Was it Ginger?
Oh man, what's her name? Fuck, man. She was in the trailer. She was in the courtroom.
Oh, Jamila
Jamel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever her name is.
I mean, she always responds to stuff like that.
Yeah,
she's pretty active on social media.
Yeah, I think, and again, I think the problem though is there's also that expectation of being active on social media. You know, a lot of celebrities find themselves kind of forced into this idea about being some kind of ambassador.
Jamil is just very active in calling out social media, like influencers who are fake.
Yeah,
you know, she's like she calls out like Kim Kardashian a lot on like whole.
It's very funny though when she does
protein shakes and stuff, and she calls out a bunch of people on like.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that because I like calling out bad faith actors myself, but I also don't want to bill myself as an activist. Like I was, so when I was listening to like you know that I was listening to that Sill stream with Cut Hwad, who's totally. I listened to a bit of that as I was out driving, and I wanted something to laugh at. It was bad. Like I forgot that. Cut Hwad. He was kind of reasonable. The N Kit guy was also there, and the N Kit guy was the one who had said that when the Wrap put out the article, about the bots for the Oscar awards. He's like, I feel dehumanized by this, and it was like I'm listening to these guys talk. For one, Cut Hwad will like straight up anti-Israel, like a lot of those guys are. And did you see that? I called them out on that the other day. I said a lot of Snyder fans are anti-Semitic and
they said that you supported Israel or something.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you support Zionists, and I'm all like, dude, I'm what? Like, what? Like, oh no, someone's like, you're an Eve Barlow, like a friend of Barlow or something. I'm all, dude, she's an idiot. What the fuck you talking about? Like, what the fuck? I don't care. Do I want Israel bombing kids? No, I do not. Do I want do I think like the whole thing, a 2-state solution is the best course of action? Yes, I do. I don't support the conflict, but I support a peaceful resolution. The problem with it is though, is it's not my conflict and I can't do shit from here. Right. But I'm also not going to like play it up on a religious angle because I don't know if I argue I don't know if I believe the religious angle of it anymore. I just don't. But that's my take on it. And it's like, look, I don't want anyone to die. That's a fair take to make. But it's again, it's like, I just don't want anyone to die. Yeah. I want the, you know,
it's a pretty reasonable thing to say.
It's right. It is. There's a lot of politics in that side of the world. And, but the way that our society is structured around that is like, you can't, in many ways, you can't even criticize Israel as a country, just as the government without being called a certain thing. But the thing is though, looking at a lot of these people that I've seen commenting on Israel, it goes beyond the government and goes into the other stuff. And it's subtle dog whistles, but I've seen Cut Hwad do that. But that and Kit guy was really funny because like he was talking about how the Restore the Snyderverse hashtag is activism, right? He's like, this is activism.
Wait, like legit activism?
Like, yeah, he thinks it's legit activism. And it's just like, it's really fucking funny to me because I'm just listening to this and it's delusion. It's just delusion incarnate, you know, and I get what they're thinking, but you have to start like, these are like, you have to realize that with this group of people, they're not thinking at it from a realistic perspective. Like they're thinking at it from wish fulfillment.
So if Henry Cavill doesn't show up tomorrow, will they say that they feel dehumanized by people making fun of them?
I think if look, I'll be honest with you, man. I actually want Cavill to show up.
Oh, I do too.
Well, no. Let me finish. Not just because I want it, but because I don't want them to experience the mental anguish that they're going to have to go through. And I mean that legitimately. Like that is okay. Like I think I have this is a very hot take, but every time there is like the Jim Lee thing, right? This built up for Cavill thing. Every time Warner Brother Discovery kind of snubs the Snyderverse. Every time there is a moment like that happens and you watch the other side, they scramble all the time. They scramble. No. The goalpost has to move. Here comes Syl ringing his little bell like a crier. The Snyderverse isn't over, my friends. The film will continue. Right? You know, he'll try
hail Mikey Sutton.
Yeah. All hail. # Mikey was right. As he's retweeting Bounding into Comics, but hey, whatever. My fear is it's going to be a repeat of early 2018. I want to say February 2018. A woman drove from San Diego to Mountain View, California, went to the YouTube headquarters, pulled out a gun, shot 3 people, and then killed herself. Thankfully, the 3 people survived. But she did this because there was the change in the monetization, and that YouTube fucked with the monetization. That whole 1,000 subs, 4,000 hours watch thing, and that impacted a lot of people. And this woman lost her fucking mind over that.
Well, you think somebody's gonna?
Yeah,
really?
yeah. I'm just gonna be honest. Ooh. Yes, I could see it happening.
Ooh.
I could see it happening. Can I tell you who's gonna do it? No. I can't, and I'm not going to even remotely speculate. But when you have people, dude, I was getting these. Dude, you saw the fucking death threats I got, right?
Oh, yeah,
you saw the death threats I got, like,
fucked up, yeah,
and the guy was pissed off more at Casey Walsh than me. But he's like, photoshopping Casey's head on George Floyd. Like, how fucked up is that?
Oh,
telling me he's going to kill my mother. I'm going to drink acid or whatever the fuck it is, right? All this shit, this escalation is happening.
And then also the downplaying of these threats.
Yeah, exactly. The downplaying of the social manipulation. Do you think that January 6th was not something that was in part done because of the animosity built up over social media?
Well, real quick, did you know what Degrassi said too? Real quick, this is actually true. I did see apparently Jim Lee now is to have.
What? Wow.
Yeah, that doesn't. If you've got, can you find me confirmation on that, dude? Like, that'd be great. I believe you, Degrassi. But
apparently he had armed escorts. Like, even when he went to his panel, that went viral.
He should, because
they don't. But that's not a thing for Comic-Con, man. Like, I mean, they have elite security will do Comic-Con, but it's like those guys aren't armed. Like, they're not armed. They're like rent-a-cops. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if they got if they got people who are armed to escort them in, then that's the fuck does that tell you in shit, right? Because there's like they don't scan you. Well, they do. He
has personal security now. Yeah, I'm not. That doesn't surprise me.
That's crazy.
He's big. He's a big name artist out there.
But dude, like, even I've gone to like local cons where Jim Lee was at. He never had security. Never.
Yeah.
This is like a new thing.
So he had to protect himself. So, like, I understand.
No, I get it, but like, do you feel like you really need that much security if he hadn't, been in the position of power he's at, said what he said?
No.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a fucking thing, dude.
Want Cavill to be announced that way no one loses their minds. Basically,
yeah,
what you're saying.
Yeah. And that might be clipped out. Some might say it, whatever. But dude, I'm afraid of how violent people are going to get. I'm afraid people are going to kill themselves. I'm really afraid of that. I'm really afraid that people are going to get so worked up over what probably won't happen. But I just wonder if Jim Lee is needing to have private security, if people are getting death threats at Warner executive levels to where Warner security has to come on in to try to solve this thing.
Yeah.
If I'm getting death threats on Twitter, the guy was from like Mexico, I think, so I'm not too worried about it. But it's like, it's just, again, the idea there is that people are so worked up over this that someone could self-harm. Someone could self-harm.
Yeah,
and
and
I'm worried, and I'm legit worried about that.
Yeah, no, like this is like no joke, no like this isn't coming off like random stuff, but yeah, I 100% believe that someone eventually will.
Well, yeah, RJ. Well, we did talk about Zod early on.
Yeah.
And I did, but and I made fun of him. I said, but maybe we've gone a little bit too far. Maybe we've pushed him a little bit too far. But again, at the same time, Zod doesn't have that same level of respect for other people. But, and I won't make fun of Zod anymore. I've made fun of him enough. But he still had no problem going on to that panel and like doing his thing over there. Right. So whatever little, I'm losing it on social media is bullshit. But whatever. I don't know where he's at mentally with it. And it seems that the stuff is like, you have Skywalker, who is like making videos, basically telling Saggy and Ashley to like take a dick and shut the fuck up. Right.
Yeah, I'll post you up at a hotel.
Yeah,
we're gonna get the beta out of you.
Yeah, well, yeah, you got to get basically you got to get it fucked out of you, sort of thing.
Realize that these people have taken their fictional characters as an identity.
I'm just reminded of what Ben Affleck said in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah, these are fictional characters. Fictional characters.
Yeah,
what the fuck is the internet? Sorry, still great.
Like that's what the thing is is that you have people who say that Snyder movies have saved their lives. Like, great. Like, that's beautiful and great. But people take that to real heart. Like, that, like, and people are taking this whole story of the Snyderverse and more Henry Cavill movie, Superman, to heart, where, like, people might do something if they don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I want Henry Cavill to show up tomorrow morning, not just because like of that reason. I mean, it's a very noble reason to want it too, just for the sake of other people's mental well-beings. But also, I'd be excited. I want to see him back. Like, I want Superman.
Right.
Give me more. Like,
yeah,
I would be hyped as hell. I'd be pumped up just like everybody else would. Yeah, I'd be celebrating with y'all too.
I think the biggest problem though is with a lot of the
Henry tomorrow. That would be great. And if they use that J.J. Abrams Superman script, change it around. If that
I didn't mean to attack you for that way.
You're fine, William. No.
I'm just saying it's like, with the situation, I don't want to and I'm not trying to make light of it, by the way. I'm really not trying to make light of it.
No.
I
voice their concern.
I have concern about even Star Wars fans doing the same thing, to be honest with you. People worked up so much by the fandom menace about how that you always hear our childhoods are being destroyed.
Have concern over other human beings. And for people to be like, oh, they're just saying that to make fun of a fandom or to be very insensitive. No, we have empathy and we have emotion. We can show empathy and emotion for other people without having an alternative motive of joking around or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's the point, William. Like, you're a very rational person. Like, there's not enough William there.
Yeah, we're not talking about you. You actually have your shit together. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we're not talking about you.
We're more William out there. Honestly.
Yeah, sure, totally, absolutely. William's a great guy. We all love William, and everything. What I'm talking about though are the people. Think about it like this, okay? Like what you have is you have these parasocial relationships, and I've had a few of them even with this channel. I've had people, constantly.
Get names, so we know.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention anyone's names, but I've had people make actual threats against me or
and your kids
and my kids, and it's for not talking to them. I get spammed on my Instagram or even my Facebook. It's when people I try to keep my shit separate. I'll talk to you, but it's I'm not going to be able to do it all the time. And it's not to say that I don't want to, but it's if I don't respond, I just don't respond. It's just don't take it personal. But yeah, people get really worked up over this stuff and they make it their identities. And, people really want to be a part of something. And I think like that's kind of what, you know, this is going to sound really weird to say, but I would honestly say that the Warner Media greenlighting the Snyder Cut was like one of the worst things they could have ever done. And while I'm very happy with the outcome and what we got, but it's like, do you know what the worst thing that happened to a gambler is? They win.
Into their addiction?
No, they win.
Yeah, winning is adding to their addiction.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's it cut off.
I think the good outweighs the bad, though, because a man got to fulfill his promise. He got to make a movie in honor of his daughter.
He got to finish a movie that
fandom got to raise hundreds upon hundreds of $1,000s for a charity.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not saying. Well, they would have already raised the money anyway. I'm not saying like that there weren't good parts that come out of it. What I mean by that is what we're seeing now, the escalation. All right. Yeah. Like again, I'm happy with the results. I'm not saying do things differently, but what I talk about, like how I feel that Zack should have done more to mitigate the fucking fan base. That's what I'm talking about. Right. Like sit out there and be like, you know, because I put this out there today on Twitter. I think Zack Snyder hates Warner Brothers. And I don't think that's a stretch to say. I think he hates Warner Brothers and that at this point he is apathetic to what might happen to anyone involved in that shit. But like now it's starting to leak over into other things. If Jim Lee is having to have private security for San Diego Comic-Con, are you fucking kidding me? Like, sure, 150,000 people. Anything horrible could happen. Every time I go, I've always had this.
Have a security guard or somebody watching them.
They have, they have elite security. Again, rent-a-cops. But if he has got private armed security, that is something that is unheard of. All right. Like even when I was telling my Mark Hamill story last night, even Mark Hamill didn't have armed security, just had a group of guys around him. But if he's armed, and I'd love to be able to find proof of that. All right. You know, hold on. William says here, you have to lay the blame at the feet of Warner Media for even making a fight necessary to begin with. No, you don't. What are you talking about? Like they didn't make the fight. What are you talking about?
Well, no. I think what he's trying to say is that Warner Media chose to not only antagonize fans, but they fucked up.
They didn't. How'd they fuck up? They told the truth.
They fucked up by ripping Zack's movie away in the first place.
That wasn't Warner Media. That was Warner Brothers. And that was a business decision. Because that was a business decision. So be mad at who made the decision.
Also, Warner Media fucked up too with that Ann Sarnoff article.
But that was telling you the truth. But
it wasn't done in a very a way that could have actually maybe like mitigated.
Should Zack have sat down dressed up like Mr. fucking Rogers? Been like, it's a beautiful day in the Snyderverse, a beautiful day for a Snyder.
I think if Ann Sarnoff would have labeled the fan base toxic and said some of the things she said, it probably would have gone.
I think they needed to hear it. They got what they wanted, but now here's the truth.
That stuff though.
No, I know they don't. But it doesn't. That's not. But telling them the truth does not excuse the behavior.
No. What I'm saying is that you have to do it in a way where it's easier to go down. Again, spoonful of sugar, Matt. Spoonful of sugar.
No, would they ever have listened in the first place? No, they wouldn't. It doesn't matter what they would have said. Jason Kilar has said nothing, and he's been bombarded and harassed. Said nothing. Did nothing. Did them a favor. Greenlit the project. Allowed for Martian Manhunter. Actually supported it. But then said nothing after the fact. But because he didn't keep living up to the expectations that they had placed on him, he was now the enemy. And Sarnoff took the brunt of that. But that is still unacceptable. And any kind of pushing, saying, well, no, fuck that. They're a company handling their business. Zack should have said something. Zack needs to say something. The longer he doesn't say a fucking thing, which has now been well over a year, longer than that even, as this shit ramps the fuck up, is on him.
Well, he has said something. He has said multiple things, but those things just
what he says is, I don't support the toxic side of it, but they've raised $1 million for charity. How can they be bad? It's never a direct.
And also the whole that weird quote that he put recently, and then that whole H post that he had, it just eggs them on.
Yeah, it eggs him on. He knows what he's doing. So it's like at this point, I don't want to say fuck Zack Snyder, but it's like, dude, you know what you're doing, and this shit is getting crazier because of it.
Yeah,
you know.
William clarified what he said, and he said he's talking about if they had a plan once they changed direction from Zack Snyder and actually made something that compelled audiences. I think that's what he's trying to get at.
But the thing is, yeah, okay, he's not entirely wrong on that. But at the same time, again, we've known forever that DC was trying to play catch up to Marvel. This isn't like an instantaneous
no, we know
plot.
that. I think the point though is that had they replaced the Snyder stuff with something that was like great and that got everyone on board, and like they
what were they supposed to do? But let's actually talk about that. What were they supposed to do? All right, they had Wonder Woman 84, and they had Aquaman, and they had Shazam. You know, and then they had Birds of Prey, and you know, they
more though. That's kind of thing. You know, not telling people like what should I get excited for next.
Well, but that's also they're like, okay, well, let's figure out how to rebuild this stuff.
Something that actually matters.
Zack promised something he couldn't deliver on, and you know, and Warner Brothers initially had said that they wanted 2 parts for Justice League, which is what I think ultimately what we got was part 1 and part 2. You know, and then they opted down to change it down to 1. And then but that's their prerogative as a business. Should they have been more forthcoming with it? Sure. But they also were going through their own merger, bringing in a new regime full of people, trying to get a fucking streaming service off the goddamn ground, trying to manage budgets by bringing in a new overseer of DC films 2 days into production of Wonder Woman 84. Like, it's just, I mean, like, it's been constant turmoil and fans are expecting instantaneous change.
No, I know it's been a slow process. I guess my point being though is it's just that the old regime had so many bad management problems that they ultimately failed to create anything of value for fans to get behind outside of the Snyderverse, which did have a clear direction and path and actually built excitement.
Well, I mean, you know, Aquaman hit $1 billion, so it's kind of there's stuff there for people.
But it was overseas though, not domestic.
I mean, so people overseas don't matter.
They don't matter, but I'm saying it's like
you're kind of saying that. You're kind of saying that.
But also, right? No one really like Aquaman made $1 billion, but like no one was really like, oh my god, I can't wait to see Aquaman 2. What they do next? Right?
I did. I loved Aquaman. I was very excited for a sequel.
I love it too. I loved Aquaman too. But what I'm saying is like it doesn't like build that connective piece to where it's like, oh my god, I can't wait to see the next DC movie.
Right? Well, because not everything needs that. Well, and I think they do need to have that in the beginning, which is the problem.
Well, especially when you remove the roadmap that you were on.
They fucked up with that roadmap ship 100%. But it's again, they were also going through their own structural change at that point in time and trying to figure out how to get, you know, they didn't think that they could trust what Zack was doing. And you know, again, given the situation with Joss Whedon and him, we all know what happened with that. It's very much a scenario to where they should have probably like sat people down and told them. But at the same time, Zack has egged this on and he's riled them up and he keeps doing it. I mean, he posted the Tom and Jerry thing, which was a joke from last year. And then you got Zod Rider tonight going like, that's confirmation. He's definitely going to be there.
Oh, no. I think that too. I know.
And that's the whole point is like, it's just, no, it doesn't mean anything. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, stop it. Right. But again, they just keep piling on in their head about it. And the longer it keeps going on, who knows what's going to fucking happen. And I don't want anything bad to happen. I want people to get the stories they want to get. I want the Snyderverse to continue. But realistically, like Matt Reeves, the Batman is what you're getting more of. I mean, Jim Lee with Paul Dano were today talking about the Riddler comic. You know, like that's tying into the Matt Reeves movies. And that's like a big...
And guess what? They had that planned out before the release of the movie. So
yeah, so like they're already like building out from there. You got the Gotham PD show, or well, no, now it's like the Arkham show. You've got the Penguin show. There's I think
in February apparently.
Yeah, and then you've got James Gunn is doing Peacemaker season 2, 3 more shows that are tied into DC that he's doing for HBO Max. So they're expanding outward, and you could even argue that fucking that Peacemaker is part of the Snyderverse because it has some rollover. But it's like nobody wants
Superman in it. He's in the shadows, but it's Superman.
But it had Aquaman and the Flash, and like, but then now you got the Ezra Miller problem, and that's a big issue too. And it's all this nonsense. and they find themselves backed into a very interesting place that they're probably having.
That's why tomorrow morning or today morning, this morning is going to be so important because you got to bring that hype back.
Well, we got 9 hours.
What's next?
And yeah, we got 9 hours, and I've got to start getting ready for bed. But you know, I think tomorrow morning will be interesting. I hope
today is one of the most important. I agree with John Campy's assessment. Today is going to be one of the most important days in the history of this comic book movie genre, because today is going to define a lot about the future of the MCU in regards to where they go next and like how they, not that they lost the hype, but how do they refocus the hype and get fans back and excited for what's next? And also DC, can DC answer the call? Can they make people care? So it's going to be a really important day today. It really is.
It is. And, you know, I hope, look, do I think The Rock can deliver the hype? I think he can deliver the hype. Can he deliver on the hype? I don't know. We haven't seen the finished product yet, but whatever they give us, tomorrow is about Black Adam. Make no mistake. We're probably going to get a special, you know, trailer or a teaser for Blue Beetle. We're probably going to get a Batgirl trailer as well, because that recently wrapped production as well.
Can they show Batgirl off without showing off Flash though?
Yeah, because we already know, right?
Well, didn't the director say the other day they don't care about the timeline?
Well, I had seen a thing. I don't know how true it is, but I read a thing that said that apparently like Keaton's only in Batgirl for like 5 minutes.
It's about 15 to 20.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, okay, that's fine. You could easily like shoot. Like, whatever the trailer is, just shows off like the first act of the movie. You know, establish Barbara Gordon as Batgirl, establish Firefly as the villain. There's your trailer. That's your teaser. That's all you got to do, right? That's it. And then you can have your last shot be like, I'm Batman or whatever, right? Like it just, you know, that's Bale, but you know, like
that's all of them. No, Keaton said I'm Batman.
Okay. Let's see here. Waleed here says for $2, thanks, buddy. I hope Henry don't show up so I can enjoy the tears. I mean, will there be a little Schadenfreude? Right? Sure. But at the same time, I would much rather people be happy than sad. But yeah, we'll see what happens. If I could talk, I'm getting tired.
And again, Degrassi, I'll be shocked if they show the Flash. I really will.
Yeah.
I'll be shocked.
I think that if they show the Flash, I will say that's ballsy as fuck, and I respect it. It is. It's ballsy as fuck, and I respect it. But that being said, guys, we've been on for 3.5 hours. It is not. We have 100 people watching right now. You guys have been here all night long. Thank you all. We're just talking Marvel Zombies for a lot of it, but there's been over 100 for the most part of the night. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me this Friday night. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. So we got about 9 hours. I'll be back on covering the DC panel. I will hopefully be getting some images sent my way from my super scooper inside source in Hall H if she can get fucking cell service. And
hopefully I'll be awake by then.
You should be awake by then. It's gonna be like it's gonna be like noon your time.
I know. I'm setting my alarm.
God, I remember those days, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna sleep till 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's totally perfectly fine. Now I'm like up at 7.
Yeah.
Being a parent, dude, it's great. Like, sleep schedule shit. But anyway, I think we're gonna have a lot of fun in the morning. I'll be posting the stream
Marvel too tomorrow,
and then RJ will be covering Marvel over on Max's channel and his channel tomorrow night, 5 p.m. I'll be listening, but I'll be out working, so I won't be able to join in. I might join in if it's slow.
It's on the car ride or something.
I might just pull over real quick and jump on and talk about it. But I'll be listening. And tomorrow's a big day for both DC and for Marvel. It's a
big day for all of us, all of us fans.
So we're gonna have a good time. Datu Vincer says, "Get an overnight job. Sleeping 3 till 7 is acceptable." I did sleep from 5 until 7 tonight, to be fair. But
I mean, this is basically like Christmas Eve for nerds, like the night before Saturday in Hall H.
Yeah,
it's Christmas Eve for nerds.
You're not. You know what, man? Here's the thing. You're not wrong with that. Like, you're not wrong. I mean, even being there, the excitement before Saturday in Hall H is pretty palatable. You know, like everyone's like, oh man, it's going to be great. Like, what do you expect? Like there's a lot of conversation that takes place in Hall, like outside of Comic-Con about what to expect. And it's always a lot of fun. So we'll definitely we'll definitely enjoy more tomorrow morning. And yeah, look for that. I'll be posting it up on the channel. Obviously, again, thank you guys so much for everything. And Dat Dude Vince, I saw your tweet about he's all excited now. He's a mod like on everybody's channel. So because Dat Dude Vince is a good guy. So you know what? I appreciate the help.
You got to come up with a great thumbnail for tomorrow's stream. I don't know what you're gonna come up with, but you got to come up with a good thumbnail.
Man, yeah, a thumbnail. I know, right? My thumbnails are pretty good.
It's got to like have it involve like Henry Cavill in some way. I don't know what you're gonna do.
I don't know how I'm gonna. Yeah,
the
I gotta think.
Poster.
Wait, which poster?
The Brazzers poster.
The Brazzers poster. It's Brazzers.
I thought it was
Brazzers.
I thought
it's Brazzers.
it was Brazzers.
No, that'd be 2 A's.
Oh,
it's 2 Z's. So it's Brazzers.
Suge Knight.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Suge Knight.
Whatever, dude. Whatever. Purple robots. All right. Like, come on.
Okay, that.
No, it's all good. I know. I gotta figure out.
I can't wait to see more purple robots.
Tell us note saying like your thumbnail for tomorrow morning stream should be Feige dumping on the DC logo.
No. I got to think of something a bit more.
Yeah, moisture, whatever. Tom Nuke, yeah, whatever.
You should have a Toby thumbnail.
Oh, all of RJ's gaffes, right? We should keep a running tally of all those. Like when he tried speaking Korean, that was pretty good.
Somebody play the clip.
Oh God!
It didn't sound that bad.
No,
it did sound bad.
It sounded bad.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty funny. Mo Moon asking, "Am I early?" No, but be back in 9 hours, and we'll be enjoying this.
Be back in 9 hours.
Yeah, Suge Knight. There you go. Wait, say Tupac, RJ. Can you say Tupac?
Yeah, Tupac.
Or do you say Tupac?
I don't say Tupac.
Tupac.
I don't say Tupac.
Tupac shaker.
I thought it was
Tupac shaker. Is what is it? Salt and pepper.
Tupac shaker.
Hold on. I should have The Rock and Cavill, Bukake, Zod, and Sil's face as a thumbnail.
What the fuck?
No, dude. I honestly thought that last night's thumbnail was gonna get like taken down. I thought like because like I got a DM this morning from Nicotina, and he sent me my thumbnail from last night, and he's like, "Really? Did you really have to do this?" And I'm like, "Yes, I did. Yes, I did." It was really funny. I like to have fun with thumbnails. I mean, look at my anime one. It's like just stupid. It's just dumb. But that stream is now back up, by the way. I finally got rid of all the copyrighted blocking shit. And so it is what it is on that one. But all right, everybody, thank you all for coming on. I'll see you guys in about 9 hours for another thing. We're going to be taking a look at Black Adam and hopefully getting something good. All right, everybody, have yourself a great night. Get some sleep. See you in the AM.